Listen, your wedding day is the biggest day of your life. That's why you need to talk with Nick Holbert from Pro Style Production DJ Services. The experience, the voice, the setup, you won't be disappointed. 15 years of big arena hosting, announcing, and DJing speaks for itself. PSP DJ Services also handles premier events, reunions, or parties. Call 833-1007 or visit ProStyleProduction.com to book now. PSP DJ Services. Make your event Pro Style.
At Premier Chiropractic, we are dedicated to achieving the best results possible for our patients through the most cutting-edge advances in natural healthcare today. Improving movement, function, and health, improving life.
Call to schedule your appointment today.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Go for lunch, frequent supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanam. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
Planet Pizza. All systems go for lunch, frequent supper.
O'Connor for Cochran. Cochran looking for Gatis back doors. Soxmo read that. Here's Gatis now behind the net, cutting out front. Gatis scores! What a goal! Dylan Gatis goes posted in. And that's just to start the Beavers wanted on this home opener. They lead 1-0. Boy, the Illini set up. Nolan across. Ernsting has some room to walk in. Go down back door. Oh, what a save! Bukowski just robbed Ribba back door. That is grand larceny.
Broadcast of the Pro Style Production Network is made possible by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoma, Thrifty White Drum, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibetto Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Service.
We'll get an update on Opilka as we play on. Nice pass here, Sheldon on a breakaway. D scores! Davis Sheldon takes the forehand, goes to the backhand. The Beavers jump in front 1-0. Sheldon, backdoor open front for Metcalf. He wasn't expecting the pass. Metcalf, backdoor, scores! Cody Longy in the point, and the Beavers are within 2. Sneaking in backdoor, Cody Longy, and the Beavers are on the board finally.
It's time for the MSU Beavers Hockey Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location, has been serving the Magic City for over 20 years.
Cameron Todd must score, the Beavers win. Cameron Todd coming in, fires, stopped by Kurtz, and the Beavers get a big victory. 2-1 in a shootout. Here's Bullifer. Bullifer now, 2-on-1 for the Beavers.
Has been serving the Magic City for over 20 years.
Cameron Todd must score, the Beavers win. Cameron Todd coming in, fires, stopped by Kurtz, and the Beavers get a big victory. 2-1 in a shootout. Here's Bullifer. Bullifer now, 2-on-1 for the Beavers. Here's Bullifer with, go to that, scores! Eric Bullifer ends in overtime, right under the blocker's side, and the Beavers get some redemption on the Illinois Illini.
Let's go to the ice with the voice of the Beavers, all the way from Estevan, Saskatchewan. Here's Blake Friars.
Welcome inside the Planet Pizza pregame show. It's the Minot State University Beavers, the number 6 Minot State University Beavers against the 16th ranked Jamestown Jimmies, who come into town. This is the Beavers season finale here at the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Man, have they been on a tear since the middle of October. Special teams is on a roll, goaltending's on a roll. This team is in perfect position heading to the national tournament. You know?
Yeah, especially, as far as, goals for and goals against at home are concerned, not only have they been good down the stretch, they've been really good at home. 69 goals for and 69 goals against at home. Their last 5 at home, they're 5-0. Their last 10, home and away, they're 10-0. So, this is a team that hopefully is getting hot at the right time heading into the final stretch.
You look at the head-to-head record, Minot State, just pure dominance against the Jamestown Jimmies. 21 wins out of their games that they've played. The historic loss came last year in this building. The Jamestown Jimmies snapped Beavers' 56-game home winning streak and kind of put the Beavers back into their place a little bit that night. 3-2 on a goal from Michael Press, who is one of the leading goal scorers for the Jimmies. But the biggest key for me tonight is let's see where Josh Bukowski is. He played the game in Utah, and he played exceptionally well. But this goaltending crew has been mostly manned by Bray efforts. So this is a chance for Bukowski to show that he can still get the job done.
Yeah, Joshua Bukowski, 9-2 versus these Jamestown Jimmies. with a 9.16 save percentage and a 1.8 goals against average. So, he's definitely capable. He's definitely reliable. And I think if you're Minot right now, I think special teams is going to be really important tonight, because you look, power play's starting to rise. They're clicking at 24%. PK's solid at 85 like it has been. And Jamestown's PK is great at 87%, but their power play has been abysmal, at 15%. So I think if you're Minot, you want to play that to your advantage. If you take a penalty, you know that their PK is not that strong, and I think that Minot State on the PK lately has been able to create some odd man chances. So if they can limit their time in the box, but when they are in the box, maybe be aggressive on the PK tonight, maybe draw some power plays, I think special teams can really be a difference tonight.
Alan Pruss out of the lineup, broken arm, out for the season for the Jamestown Jamies. That is a huge loss. We'll take a short break and we'll be back for the Elevation Coaches Corner. You're listening to Beavers Hockey and the Beaver Radio Network.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production broadcast. It's time for the Elevation Coaches Corner. Elevation, located at the Minot Country Club and open to the public 7 days a week. Elevate your game at Elevation. Now back to the ice for the Elevation Coaches Corner.
Inside the Elevation Coaches Corner, Wade, last home game of the season. Just kind of talk about how quick the season's gone by and the ups and downs so far this season with a young team.
It certainly has gone by quick. We always say it every year, especially with the season being so long and stretches. But, for us, the last 6 weeks we've played every weekend and even a couple weeks with games in between. It's really kind of buzzed by. But we're here. We get to the point of the season where now it really, matters in terms of where we want to be as a team. And, we're a team that feels like we've earned our spot to be a top 6 team. We've only got one regulation loss since the middle of October, so we feel like we're a team that's continually getting better, and hopefully the best is yet to come.
Talk about your being number 6 in the country. Obviously not going as number one in as number one. Is there obviously a little bit less pressure on your team heading into the national tournament?
In some respects, yeah, absolutely. What I think it probably maybe internally than it is anywhere else, putting in a situation like that. But, in some respects, we feel like it's a good thing, hey, we go in number 6, but nothing changes with internally in our locker room. We feel like we have a team that can get it done, and, the national tournament is a grind, and you have to have a lot of things go right your way, and we feel like we've got the right pieces to do it. Yeah, we'd be a little bit different, maybe in terms of more of a community aspect, instead of it just being relying on a certain few guys, but we feel like we've got the tools in place. But getting to this point, you just want to get there. It doesn't matter what seed you are. There's been major upsets that happen every year, and we want to make sure that we just play our best when we get there.
I know you're not a guy to look ahead, but you guys did draw Illinois in the first round. They knocked you out of last year's tournament, but you guys did beat them 2 out of 3 games. What do you like from that matchup?
It's tough. To be honest with you, I think it's. I feel like either one of us or Illinois, whoever gets through that game is going to go and do some damage. I feel like they're certainly just like us, where they've got some humongous wins that prove that they are a top 4 team, but also took a couple nights off, and that's the reason why you're in these type of scenarios. I mean, Iowa State, who was just in front of us, they split with them last weekend, and so really and then Illinois is a team that everybody thought Lindenwood is the cream of the crop. Well, the weekend prior to us playing them, they lost 3-2, 3-2 in tight games against the number one team in the country, yet they're still the 11th seed. So it's a grueling matchup. You know what? There's certainly no secrets between the two teams, and so it's going to be interesting to see how we all get ready to play for our first round game on that Saturday.
You guys just got back from Utah with a sweep. How big is it for Kyle Lipinski to finally break this night and get his first of the season?
You know what? He's a kind of a player that he does so much for us, and he logs so much ice time for us that you don't even notice that if he gets on the score sheet or not, just because of how important he is for a program, and for his durability. He's been, for the most part, him and Eric Bollifer have been relatively healthy the entire season, and with our young defense and our young team in general, we really had to rely on those guys to log a lot of minutes. So for them to be able to finally catch some stride, it's been really important. All of it was Utah, and I think those numbers are certainly skewed just because of the type of team that they were and stuff. But nevertheless, as hockey's a game of confidence, sometimes a goal off your shin pad feel like you're just a breath of fresh air that you can score all the time. So hopefully we just continue to keep driving and keep moving forward.
Sticking with the back end, you talked about D-man that could log minutes. Paul O'Connor is one of those guys. You get him back tonight, first game at home. Just talk about that and his presence on this team.
He's a very calming influence. He's a player that just doesn't make mistakes. There's just last season, the only mistake that he made was in the quarterfinal game when he took a penalty with, I think it was like 8 seconds left, but you can't really consider that make a mistake because you prevented a breakaway. So, but he's a player that's just really learned from guys like Bollifer and Lipinski and guys like Yano and those players of what it is to be a Beaver hockey player. And defense, it's all about sound, simple hockey. Let's not complicate things. Let's not try to make things more than we need to. Just make the simple plays. When he's on the ice, it's like he, generates a turnover. All of a sudden, he carries it back in his own zone, reassesses the situation, and then, sets out the breakout. And he's just that type of a player. So now we get him back in the lineup, and it's been just a huge boost for already a defense I feel like is playing some of its best hockey.
You got Jamestown tonight. How big are these two games as a tune-up as you head into the national tournament?
We've been really kind of longing for that. It's been the last couple seasons we've had Wilson State, who hasn't really truly been a true competition, and it's always been their last games of the year, and with them not going to nationals. With Jamestown going to nationals, this is great for both teams. Pretty much other conferences are having their conference tournaments this weekend, and we don't have a conference, so it's like, hey, let's just play a best of 3 series with our rival. Let's put a little extra heat and some motivation into it, but more or less we're finally going to get some playoff hockey with rivals that are battling. It's going to press our forecheck for our defense. We're going to get some quality chances and play against a really good goaltender, and so I think it's a benefit for both teams as we're both going to nationals. And I think we're also going to see two teams that are going to be very smart. You're not going to see anything really dirty. You're not going to see any of the the ugly stuff that we saw last weekend in Utah, because everything carries over to the national tournament. So you're going to see some respectful hockey, but you're going to see a war out there, which is what we want.
Last question here, Coach. Tonight, your seniors step into the Mace Arena for the final time of their college careers. What is going to be your message to them tonight?
Cherish it. It goes, like we said, your first question, it goes by fast. The thing with this team is that we've always put the culture of it's a championship or bust every year, and some programs can't believe that's that we put on it, that if we don't win, it's considered a failure. But the part of it is that we know we've got more hockey to go. When I was a player, we were so bad back in the mid-2000s that this was the last. Not only was this the last game you play at the time, the all seasons, it was the last game ever. There was nothing else, and this was like in the middle of February. Here we are in almost the middle of March, and we've got more hockey. Is that our guys, they've really laid the foundation. It's the culture of our program, the winning excellence, and I know our young guys are learning that losing is unacceptable, especially taking nights off is unacceptable. And not only that, they conduct themselves, especially our seniors, classroom. They're just awesome students. I mean, I've got professors that are just, raving about how good our kids are and stuff. So it's everything that goes with it. Our message is, hey, we got to win some games here. We got to win tonight.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to our customers.
Off the face-off. Turned over right in front of the ball. Quick shot, scores! Guys on the exit, he comes in across the Morrison. Serves it across, he scores! As Minot's going to leave their top line out, and they want to keep going here. Good pass on the top, thrown on it by Kowski, makes the save! That would not go. Thrown on net and a goal!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to center ice for tonight's ceremonial puck drop, Assistant Hockey Director, Jared McIntosh.
A little bit of technical difficulties, but we're ready to go here. Josh Bukowski gets the call for Minot State University Beavers. It's Tyson Brower on the other side for the Jamestown Jimmies. Minot State supporting the hockey boosters, the Minot Wolves, and the jerseys. A little bit different shade of red than they're normally used to, but these black Jamestown Jimmies, the jerseys look really sharp.
Yeah, you definitely read my mind. You know, I'm a believer that everything looks good in black, and hockey jerseys and uniforms are no exception, and should be a fun one tonight.
Phoenix McElroy Scout against Dylan Gatis. This being an interesting matchup to see. We're underway here. Here's Kyle Lipinski. Finally got his first goal this season in Utah. Picked up 2 goals that weekend. And good to see him get on the score sheet after he was snake bitten most of the season.
Yeah, a guy that certainly deserves a lot more than 2 goals, that's for sure. Always jumping up in the rush, and just one of those guys that, you know, is never afraid to, you know, get to the dirty areas, especially as a defenseman. He's not the biggest guy, so nice to see him finally find a way to get on the board in the goal category.
He'll be paired with Eric Bulliford, and the Beavers get a big boost They got it back on Tuesday. It's Paul Connor, the smooth, steady defensive defenseman, returns to the lineup. His first game back at home this semester as Dylan Gatiss tries to get out of his own zone. Feeds it up to Swedlow, and Lipinski fell behind the play. Jeremy McNeil pounces on it, fires a shot. Nice save by Bukowski there. Took that one high off the left shoulder. Fast-paced so far here in this first period, almost a minute into the hockey game. Sheshchuk in his final home game. Swedlow onto the rush. Here's Gatiss with a shot, or Swedlow with a shot. Gatiss was the trailer there. That was turned aside by Brower. Haney. Nice touch pass here from Michael Pruss. Pruss with a shot. Gobbled up by Bukowski. Pruss, speaking of Pruss, I should say, his twin brother Alan Pruss, the leading goal scorer for this Jamestown Jamies team, out for the season. A major blow for a team that's forced to win a playoff game to get into the national tournament.
Yeah, a guy who has 34 points in 32 games this year, out with a broken arm, so definitely tough to see the leading scorer for the Jimmies go down.
Here's Rhett Locke, fires it up to Connor Navarrete. Navarrete fires it in the zone. Reese Foreman in deep, in on the forecheck. Looking for Metcalf. And it's going to come up to Pruss. Pruss puts it up the wall. Nice play there by Connor Navarrete. These yellow numbers kind of an eyesore from up here, but we'll make it work. Here is Bryson Yee. Couldn't contest on that pass. And here's Robertson. Robertson ahead for Rhett Locke, but Barron is there first. Sonstable gets it up to Yee. Chavez Lynch over for Pruss. Michael Pruss chips it into the zone. Bryson Yee after it. Cody Lange is going to get there first. Hits the brakes. Turns the puck over, but he steals it right back. 18 minutes to go here. 2 minutes into the hockey game. Rhett Locke picks it up. Sauces a pass up for Robertson. Couldn't connect on that. But it comes right back to him in the neutral ice, and it's turned over. Here's Drew Carter. Puts it in off the stanchion and into the Jimmy's zone. It's steered aside by Brower. Here's Rhett Locke, goes back to the point. Here's Killian. Killian finds on a shot. Now he gets dumped by Chavez Leach. Drew Carter back for Killian on defense. Off the boards there to, here's Robertson, chips it high off the glass, and will that go out? No, it won't. It stays in play. Here's Fournier, the captain, dumps it in deep. Hard on a forecheck. Wow, good smart play there to try and see if Brower would bite on that beaver tap there. Here's Fournier. Jamming play there. Here's Warwick. Fires a shot. He fans on it. Gets it back. Now he throws it on net. High off the glass. Swing and a miss by Fournier. Here's Fournier up to the point. Killing with a shot blocked by McNeil. McNeil's off to the races. Now Killing is back. Warwick dumps it in. Brower aggressively playing the puck so far early in this first period. As we're still deadlocked here. Here's Bulliford. Not very many whistles too. Only one whistle. That was the icing 10 seconds into the hockey game. Here's Lipinski up for Dylan Johnson. His first shift of the night. Here's Warwick now. Warwick. Toe drags now behind the net. Drops in front. Dylan Gatiss to Johnson. Johnson goes up top. Here's Lipinski. Cal Lipinski down low. Gatiss. Gatiss hooks the puck to the net, and Brower will cover up for a face-off.
Yeah, Tyson Brower with a .922 save percentage, played in 25 games this year, and you know he's kind of been their rock as far as the Jimmies are concerned this year, so expect him to have a good game if the Jimmies are able to pull one out against this Minot State team.
Gatiss digs in, takes the draw, can't win it against Lofty. Now goes up front. Brower tight to the post. Hangs on.
Yeah, you talk about Brower as well. Minot has outscored Jamestown 15-8 in the season so far, and you look at some of the scores. I mean, 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, 1-0, 2-0, and 4-1. So I mean, the 4-1 hockey game is the only one that really stands out.
Lipinski gets it off the draw. Now here's Swedlow. Swedlow has some time to walk in, fires a shot off the side of the net. Sheshchuk pounces on it, takes a right at the boards by the defender Lavitt. Now it goes up to Michael Pruss. Michael Pruss trying to get around Bulliford. Bulliford stands him up. Here's McKechnie. McKechnie hits the brakes. Now he goes down low. Here's Pruss. Pruss trying to go out front. And it's cut off by Swedlow. Swedlow has a step on Browning. Swedlow into the zone. Toe drag shot. That was blocked. Bulliford in on the rush. Now it's going to be a slew foot there by the defender. see who gets the gate here. Looks like it's number 44. Beavers are going to get the first power play game. It's Day.
Yeah, just kind of one of those penalties that, you know, was a little bit soft, but nevertheless, just a play that really doesn't really have a purpose. And we'll see this Minot State power play that's clicking at about 24% go to work for the first time tonight.
Beavers power play took a big step in Utah and in Williston. Now Johnson, he's going to man the point. Goes across. Here's Longy. Longy for Johnson. Over for Metcalf. Metcalf goes down low in the corner. Finds Sheldon. Sheldon, saucer pass up. Now up top. Here's Johnson, fakes a shot. Now Longy. Longy fires a shot through traffic, but couldn't find its way into the net. Metcalf after it. Sonstable races after it. Beavers get 2 on the puck and poke it loose. Now Sheldon. Up top, Longy. Johnson wants the one-timer. Gets it in his wheelhouse. Now he goes up top for Longy. Longy's been stuck on 9 goals for a long time now. Now here's Johnson. Johnson goes down low. Excuse me, he has 6 goals, he has 9 assists. Nice sneaky play there by Connor Navert, but Beavers couldn't strike there.
Yeah, kind of surprising that Cody Longy, you know, hasn't really gained a whole lot of traction since his hot start. I mean, I know he's been injured a couple times, but you know, he's a guy that's, you know, a power play specialist up top, and usually you just kind of find a way to have one go for you. But if Cody Longy's saving them all for the national tournament, I don't think anybody would complain.
Yeah, you're right. And you know the national tournament's a one and done, so you need all your guys going on all cylinders. Here's Eric Bulliford. Up top, goes down Gatus, one-timer again. Bulliford, blocker save by Tyson Brower, and that goes out of play. Good save there by Tyson Brower. Might have been going wide though.
Yeah, you talk about you know, one and dones in the national tournament. Anytime you can get scoring provided from your defenseman. I mean, you look at Kyle Lipinski finally scoring a couple of goals. If you can have that fourth threat coming into the middle of the ice, it really forces defenders to pay attention to second flow and have their heads on a swivel.
Beavers go 4 forwards in this power play. That's the norm in the NHL even. Bulliford, the only lone defender out there, goes across ice. Here's Lipinski, or Swedlow with a shot. That's stopped by Brower. Here's Bulliford. Up top, goes across. Here's Sheshchuk. Sheshchuk down low. Gatus now back up top. Bulliford with a shot again. That one went wide. Rebounds up front, as Robertson almost pounced on that one. Here's Gatus. Lipinski. Actually, Lipinski is out there right now. He's providing net front presence. The Beavers do have 2 defense on this power play. Go up front. Bulliford fanned on it. Swedlow now hits the brakes. Nice soft spot there to Gatus. Had some room, glove side, but that was blocked in front by Michael Pruss.
Yeah, there was definitely some daylight there. He didn't miss that by much.
Sheshchuk gets hit by Browning. Now Lipinski. Beavers are 0 for 1 on the power play. Good kill there by the Jimmies. Beavers looked dangerous there. They had a couple good scoring chances. Robertson is dumped in the corner. What a hit. Refs don't put an arm up. That looked like a good hit to me. Caught him shoulder to shoulder. Killian for O'Connor. O'Connor is going to start the rush here. Carter takes it in stride. Robertson back up on his feet. Now he has the puck, fires it on net. Puck is loose for Rhett Locke, but he couldn't pull the trigger. Here's McElroy. Scott dumps it into no man's land. Wowrick picks it up. Wowrick spins to get away from Chavez Leach. Now he dumps it in the corner. Day onto it. Getting away from Adam Wowrick. Goes across to his deep partner, Sonstable. Kicked up to Johnson. Here's Walchuk up to Wowrick. Fournier driving the net. Wowrick hits the brakes. Centering feed out front. Here is up front. Oh, that was a pass by Killian for Fournier. Here's O'Connor. Fournier down low behind the net. Now up to Kent Walchuk. Across, Killian with a shot. Blocked in front. Nice save there by Brower. Kicked out the right pad acrobatically. Didn't see that one till it was about 3 feet in front of him. Yee gets it to Johnson. That might be enough for icing. No, it's not. Longy is back. And he's going to wind up speed through the neutral zone. Longy gets over the red line now into the Jimmy zone. Johnson up front. Metcalf with a shot blocked in front. Rebound is there. Bright save there by Tyson Brower. He's had a couple knuckle pucks in that are thrown on him, and he's been sharp.
Yeah, Tyson Brower, 2 grade A saves. And it seems like Minot State has, been able to use their speed a little bit more. I think they're the faster team. Jamestown's a bit of a heavier team, and we've seen that in previous matchups in this building this year. So I think for Jamestown, they're trying to kind of limit and slow down the pace. And if you're Minot, you're really trying to ramp it up, and they almost got away with one there.
Beavers out shooting the Jimmies 7-2. Just about halfway through this first period here in the Beavers season finale here at home. Here's Reese Foreman. Picks the puck out of the pile. Gets it up for Metcalf. Metcalf up 2-on-1 Minot State. Here's Sheldon with Navert going to the net. Here's Navert. Backdoor. Sheldon couldn't pull the trigger. Pass was in his feet. Navert steals. Now it's going to be Sheldon. Held in by Metcalf. Metcalf goes to the area. Look out. It's nice catch by a fan. Puck dropped right in his lap.
Yeah, nothing wrong on that 2-on-1. I know the backdoor play is there, and if it connects, it's a tap-in, but there's nothing wrong when you're, in the middle of the ice, inside of the hash marks and down below the hash marks. There's nothing wrong with the shot on net there. Certainly a good try by Minot State, but, I think, hindsight is something that you look back and say, well, he should have shot the puck. But regardless, Tyson Brower is strong, and we have a scoreless game still.
Hofer holds that puck in. Now it's going to go down low the top line out there for Minot State. Swedlow fires a shot. Trying to go upstairs on the blocker side. Jimmies can't get it out. This relentless forecheck by Gatis. Looked like Gatis had a stick come up and hit him in the neck. Now he pounces on it. Gatis fires a shot, tipped by Swedlow. That didn't miss by much. Gatis goes down low. Lipinski in deep again. Now up top, here's Sheshchuk. Throws it on net. That was blocked in front. Sonstabo can't get it out. Swedlow holds it in. Now he finds Sheshchuk. Sheshchuk deets, and one too many moves for Shane Sheshchuk. Might have had the goal there if he put that one on the backhand. Sheshchuk goes down low for Gatis. Beavers' cycle game is very strong this first period. Now it comes to Navert off the bench. Navert up front. Sheshchuk, nice play there by the captain, Cole Sonstabo. Lipinski couldn't hold that one in, but it's going to be icing. And the Jimmies have some tired legs out on the ice, and Minot State gets a fresh change.
Yeah, I think Shane Sheshchuk might want that one back. I think he had more time than he thought to cut across the crease. Obviously, that's a hard play that usually isn't open, but he did a really nice job kind of finding that soft area in that flat and almost capitalized.
Robertson can't win that draw. Now it's going to go around for Haney. Haney just gets it out of the zone. Robertson steps up. Big hit. Interference. And another big hit there as O'Connor stepped up. Yeah, McKechnie didn't have the puck quite there. That's a tough play. The bang play. You look at the play from the Minnesota Gophers game. That bang play, that was a vicious headshot, but it was kind of similar. Puck wasn't quite there yet.
Yeah, it's definitely a timing play, and that one, the puck never got to him. So it's definitely borderline, and you've got to be aware that if you're a defender trying to step up.
Johnson off the bench. Johnson cuts in front. The big man trying to go to work down low. Richter can't get it out. Nice play there by Killian to kick it and hold it in. Now it's going to be cut off by Johnson. Johnson into the Jimmy zone. Goes down low. Warwick sidestep. Kyle Barron. And Johnson trying to poke it loose to Fournier. They battle along the wall. Fournier finally pokes it loose. Longy with a shot. Rebound is there. And Tyson Brower with the save.
Yeah, Tyson Brower with the save, and for good reason. The Beavers had bodies in front, but the kicker was they weren't in front of Tyson Brower. He was able to see that one cleanly, and if you're going to have a puck from the point that doesn't have a lot of traffic, you better make sure that traffic is at least in front of the goaltender.
Fournier takes the face off. Fournier, 4 goals, 12 points, but it's much more leadership and points for Mr. Fournier. The puck is loose in the corner. Now it comes to McNeil. McNeil, a little bit of a hook in the hands by Adam Warwick. Now it comes back to the point. Cody Longy up top. Johnson backdoor. Now Warwick with a shot. That's stopped by Brower. The puck goes to the crease. Johnson throws it on net, not a bad idea. Here's Fournier. Fournier, Beavers really throwing everything at the net, trying to put the puck past Navert. They're at 11, or past Brower. They're at 11 shots. Here's Browning. Here Browning hits the guy off the bench. McElroy Scott for the shot. Excuse me, that's McKechnie. Cole McKechnie with a good chance there for the Jimmies. Here's Longy. He's going to get away from McKechnie, or at least try to. McKechnie gets it. The Beavers have a 4-on-2. Here is Metcalf. Drops for Foreman. Good play there by Steffens. Comes back up to Haney. Allenson in the middle. Nice pass there, and Sheldon sends his man to the ice. Here's Navert with a shot. Stopped by Brower. Save number 12. And we're only 13 minutes into the hockey game. Here's Navert. Gets onto the puck first. The Beavers just winning every single puck battle in the Jimmy's zone. Metcalf up top. Bullet for the shot. Tipped in front by Navert. Lipinski steps into it. Tipped in front again. Rebound is there. Brower reaches across to stop that one. Wow, Tyson Brower sure putting on a show here tonight. Media timeout. Beavers still pressing here. 14-3 of the shots here at Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena.
We serve. First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Shots are 14-3. Noah, what does Jamestown have to do to start getting things going offensively?
Well, you said it, getting things going. I mean, I know they're trying to slow down the pace, but it hasn't really worked because, you know, they've slowed it down a bit too much. So for them, I think if, you know, they can really recognize that the Minot State defensemen, they're holding the line, they're pinching, maybe throw a set play, start chipping pucks off the glass and try to fly guys behind the defenders.
Top line back out there for Minot State. Bryson Yee wins the face-off back to Garrett Browning. Reverse play around. Here's Richter. Richter finds Yee. Yee up to Chavez Leach. Couldn't get the pass. Garrett Browning into the zone. Fires across. Chavez Leach with a shot. Stopped by Bukowski. That's a start for Jamestown. Their first shot in a while, and Bukowski's equal to the task.
Yeah, nice for Joshua Bukowski to feel the puck a little bit again, too. But really nice passing play, and you know, if you're able to enter the zone with numbers, it always bodes well, and I don't think Jamestown's really had that opportunity yet because they've been hemmed in their own zone so much, so really nice to see if you're a Jamestown fan.
Browning with a shot through traffic. Nice tip there in front. Now Carter just going to race onto it. No hand pass, says Andy Carton. Barron goes across for Browning. Now goes up for Richter. Jason Richter chips it into the zone. Stood up by Paul O'Connor. And it's going to be gobbled up by Robertson. Carter onto it. Robertson takes it right back. Robertson one hand on the stick, trying to get it up to Rhett Locke. Nice pass through the length to McNeil. McNeil onto it. Hits the trailer, saunts the boat. And Lovett finds Crom. Crom gets it into as far as the Beavers' top of the circle. Now O'Connor is going to fire it across for Rhett Locke. Robertson, Fournier hits Levitt into the boards. And O'Connor makes a nice first pass up to Robertson. Robertson into the zone, top of the circle. Nice move around of Day. And Fournier with a sneaky backhand shot that almost found its way through. Foreman's shot goes wide. Longy holds it in momentarily. Now he has to peel back into his own zone. Racing onto his Haney. Haney has a break. Fires a shot. Had some room upstairs. Bukowski cut the angle off. Here's Day. in his own zone. As the Jimmies trying to get something going here offensively. Here's Haney, rubbed out by Foreman, and Metcalf brings the puck around to Johnson. Johnson fires it up to Sheldon. Sheldon into the zone. Davis Sheldon dances away in. A nice shot there. Even better save there by Brower. Metcalf now drops. Longy fires a shot tipped by Navarrete. Navarrete fires it back for Longy, and it's intercepted by Michael Pruss. He gets over the red line, gets it deep, and heads off on a change.
Yeah, we're starting to see a little bit of pushback from the Jamestown Jimmies. I'd imagine Cole Bell, the head coach for the Jimmies, probably said something like, hey, we're being outshot by 12, but it's a 0-0 hockey game, so go out there and take it.
Chavez Leach goes around for Browning. Browning, the big defenseman, going to start the rush here. Here's Bryson Yee with a shot. Pad save, Bukowski, and he gets the rebound too. Man scramble in front of the net. Comes to Browning. Browning, shot through traffic. That's blocked in front, and it hops out of the zone for Minot State. Here's Richter. A little bit of a pushback here from the Jimmies. Easy glove save for Bukowski. He hangs on with 4:10 left in the first period.
Yeah, we've seen it with Bray Efforts, and we've seen it with Joshua Bukowski as well, just being able to know that when the team starts to have pushback against them and they're under duress a little bit, just make a nice simple glove save, slow things down, and regroup.
Here's Sonstable. Sonstable gets the puck up, fires it for Steffens. Steffens with a shot. That's stopped by Bukowski. Lipinski wins the puck battle with his man. Now it gets it up to Gatiss. Dylan Gatiss gets over the red line, finds Swedlow. Swedlow fires a shot. Blocker save by Tyson Brower. Sheshchuk sidesteps a hit from Sonstable. Now Bolifer's going to have to peel back. Here's Brian Cromp. Gets dumped to the ice by Sheshchuk. Swedlow. Gatiss now can't get, the Jimmies couldn't get it out. Good play there by Bolifer to dive and keep the Jimmies from an odd man rush. It's been a track meet for these two teams. The last couple minutes here is top line against top line. Tipped in front, rebound is there behind the net, and they score. There it is. Cole McKechnie gets the Jimmies on the board. Beavers are out shooting the Jimmies by 10 shots, but it's the Jimmies that strike first here in tonight's game.
Yeah, if you're getting outshot by 10, the simplest formula to change the narrative is score a goal. And I was just about to say that Minot State seems to be getting less and less chances from the middle of the ice, and Jamestown seems to be getting more. And good things happen when you go to the net, go to the dirty areas, and that's exactly what happened. And, you know, credit Jamestown for hanging in there. Kind of a first road 10 minutes for them, and they were rewarded with a good pushback.
Cole McKechnie gets his 14th of the season. And they lead 1-0. Here's Browning. Browning gets it up to Yee. Kent Walchuk steals. Now he goes back across. Here's Locke. Locke down low, Walchuk. Walchuk back in front. Robertson couldn't connect with that pass. Chavez Leach trips over the blue line. Never like to see that.
Those blue lines come out of nowhere, though.
Now goes across. Here is Kent Walchuk. Up top, here's O'Connor. Back down low, Brett Locke. 2:23 to go in the first period. Robertson spins off his man. Now he goes up front, and he gets buried to the ice. Held in. Here's Warwick. Takes a hit there. Now goes up front. Nice save there. There's a rebound there, and he's got that too. Both arms go up here for the hit on Robertson. Bolifer didn't like that hit, and when both arms go up, you know, it's pretty obvious penalty there.
Yeah, definitely, you know, hands to the face, upper body area, and, you know, but I'm okay with that penalty. You know, if you're Jamestown, you've got a scoring chance, an opportunity on a rebound, and, you know, you're just trying to cancel out your man. Obviously, there's a lot better ways to do it, but in terms of defensive penalties to take, it's not the worst one if you're Jamestown, but big kill for them.
2 minutes for high, sticky for Kyle Barron, the defender for Jamestown. 2:06, so Cole Bell's getting an explanation from the defender, or from the referee, I should say, Andy Carton. And I don't really know what the hold-up is here. Cole Bell gets his explanation, and we're ready to drop the puck here. The Beavers are about on the power play for the rest of this first period. As Sheshchuk will dig in to take the face off against McElroy Scott. It's one back by Gaddis. Now it goes across. Here's Swedlow. Swedlow fires it on net. Rebound is there. And he goes for Gaddis. Bollifer, Gaddis. Bollifer wants the one-timer. Gets it. Rebound there for Swedlow. Nice save there by Tyson Brower. Here's Gaddis. Hits the brakes. Creates some space for himself. Here's Sheshchuk. Sheshchuk. The Beavers trying to get something going here on the power play. Now it comes across Swedlow. Has to get away from Crom. Now it goes across. Bollifer. Now Sheshchuk. Up top. Swedlow lets one go. Nice save there. Rebound is there. They jam away at it. As if you're Tyson Brower, you probably want to catch that one the whole play, but he gets some help from his defense by boxing out the Beavers wingers. And he's able to pounce on that one.
Yeah, interesting to see how that unit continues through the rest of the game. Joel Swedlow and Eric Bollifer both had a man down low on the weak side, and they didn't see him for either a one-timer or a redirect. I mean, not a bad play to get the puck on net for sure, but sometimes if you can find that seam pass in that soft area next to the net, obviously it pays dividends.
Double wave out here by the linesman. And Metcalf is going to come in for a winger win. Johnson able to hold it in. Now he gets the puck down low. Navarrete for Metcalf. Fires it back door looking for Sheldon. Couldn't connect on there. 1:05 left in the first period. Beavers with 55 seconds left in the power play. Here's Sheldon dancing his way through. Goes across for Metcalf. He does a little button hook. Now he gets up top for Longy. Metcalf. Longy wants the one-timer. Metcalf's going to walk in. Fires at Johnson. Hopped over his stick. And now here's Longy. Across for Dylan Johnson. Johnson's going to start the rush here on the power play. And the Beavers trying to get set up here. Here's Sheldon. Back for Johnson. Johnson has some room to walk in. Goes to Longy. Longy back. One-timer. Oh, Johnson just missed that one. The one-timer across the grain. 25 seconds left in the first period. Here's Johnson back in for the Beavers. Johnson, that's a walk in. Fires a shot. Stopped by Brower. Here's Metcalf. Up top for Johnson. Johnson walks in back door now. Nice soft play there. That went off of Navarrete's bubble. And under 10 seconds to go here in the first period. Possibly one more shot from Minot State. They're not going to get it. And the Jamestown Jimmies, despite getting outshot 23-7, they're going to be happy with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, you know, they survived the first 10 minutes, and on the road, that's exactly what you want to do. And, you know, I think that they've gotten stronger in their defensive zone as this period has gone on. They've been a little bit more aggressive and kind of realized that Minot State, what they want to do is get the puck to the half wall, get it down low and cycle, and then kick it back up to the point. I think they're starting to recognize that, and they're able to push the play back the other way, minus that penalty kill at the end.
Minot State's 0 for 2 on the power play. The only 2 penalties in tonight's game so far. 1-0 Jamestown after 1. You're listening to Beavers Hockey on the Beaver Radio Network.
Listen, your wedding day is the biggest day of your life. That's why you need to talk with Nick Holberg from Pro Style Production DJ Services. The experience, the voice, the setup, you won't be disappointed. 15 years of big arena hosting, announcing, and DJing speaks for itself. PSP DJ Services also handles premier events, reunions, or parties. Call 833-1007 or visit ProStyleProduction.com to book now. PSP DJ Services. Make your event Pro Style.
At Premier Chiropractic, we are dedicated to achieving the best results possible for our patients through the most cutting-edge advances in natural healthcare today. Improving movement, function, and health, improving life.
Call to schedule your appointment today.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Planet Pizza. All systems go for lunch. Frequent supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
Planet Pizza. All systems go for lunch. Frequent supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibetta Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com. It's time for the Elevation Coaches Corner. Elevation, located at the Minot Country Club and open to the public 7 days a week. Elevate your game at Elevation. Now back to the ice for the Elevation Coaches Corner.
Welcome inside the Elevation Coaches Corner. Wade, last home game of the season. Just kind of talk about how quick the season's gone by and the ups and downs so far this season with the young team.
It certainly has gone by quick. You know, we always say it every year, you know, especially with the season being so long and stretches. But, you know, for us, the last 6 weeks we've played every weekend and even a couple weeks with games in between. It's really kind of buzzed by. But we're here. You know, we get to the point of the season where now it really, you know, matters in terms of where we want to be as a team. And, you know, we're a team that feels like we've earned our spot to be a top 6 team. We've only got one regulation loss since you know, the middle of October. So we feel like we're a team that's continually getting better, and hopefully the best is yet to come.
Talk about your being number 6 in the country. Obviously, not going as number 1 in as number 1. Is there obviously a little bit less pressure on your team heading into the national tournament?
In some respects, yeah, absolutely. You know what, I think it probably maybe, you know, internally than it is anywhere else, you know, putting it into a situation like that. But, you know, in some respects, we feel like it's a good thing. You know what, hey, we go in number 6, but nothing changes with internally in our locker room. We feel like we have a team that can get it done. And, you know, the national tournament is a grind, and you have to have a lot of things go right your way. And we feel like we've got the right pieces to do it. Yeah, we'd be a little bit different, maybe in terms of more of a community aspect.
Listen, your wedding day is the biggest day of your life. That's why you need to talk with Nick Holbert from Pro Style Production DJ Services. The experience, the voice, the setup, you won't be disappointed. 15 years of big arena hosting, announcing, and DJing speaks for itself. PSP DJ Services also handles premier events, reunions, or parties. Call 833-1007 or visit ProStyleProduction.com to book now. PSP DJ Services. Make your event Pro Style.
At Premier Chiropractic, we are dedicated to achieving the best results possible for our patients.
Well, Noah, just talk NHL for us right now. The Western Conference playoff race is in full swing, I should say. We are on our way to the Minnesota Wild game on Monday night against the San Jose Sharks. That's going to be a pivotal game for both teams. San Jose trying to get top spot in the Pacific, and the Minnesota Wild trying to grab onto a wild card spot.
Yeah, you know, for Minnesota, I think there's been a lot of talk, especially lately, about, you know, the Kevin Fiala edition. So, you know, what better time for him to pot a couple than in his old building against his former team. And, you know, I've liked the way the kid's played so far, and I think he's a good addition. Obviously, you know, you look at Ryan Donato, he's been playing well, but, man, the Western Conference race is so tight. I mean, what did I tell you about a month ago? Don't sleep on the Arizona Coyotes, and, you know, they've came to play for sure, just outside of a playoff spot. And, yeah, you know, it's going to be a dogfight right to the end, and, you know, the biggest thing, too, is not only is it a dogfight, all these teams, they're going to be playing each other a bunch down the stretch, too, so lot of 4-point games out there as well.
You know, there's a couple of teams that played themselves out of a playoff spot. The Chicago Blackhawks, the Vancouver Canucks. But it's been a fun race to see who's gonna get that. Is it gonna be Colorado? Is it gonna be Minnesota, or is it gonna be Dallas, or is a team like Arizona gonna sneak in and make the playoffs too? Which I like their chances to make the playoffs. Darcy Kemper's been on a roll, and you know they got cooled off. They won 6 in a row before losing to the Anaheim Ducks, but you know they've been on quite a tear.
You know, one of the reasons I'd love to see Arizona in the playoffs, besides the fact that, you know, it's been a while, is, you know, I think it will give Rick Tocchet even more credit, you know, that he deserves, because, you know, I think he's definitely a guy that's up for the Jack Adams, and if he makes the playoffs, you know.
Well, I think he's up for Jack Adams if they miss the playoffs. I mean, look at the injuries they've dealt with. Antti Raanta has been out most of the season. A big blow, which is Derek Stepan. He's out 4 to 6 weeks, likely done. If they get to the second round, he might be able to come back, but who knows what's going on there. But
yeah, but you know, good teams find a way. I mean, you know, to reference Minnesota again, you've got you know, you've got Matt Dumba, who's out, Mikko Koivu, who, you know, can be a depth center for them. You know, and that's just, sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles, and you either have to decide to take another bite or walk away from the table. So, you know, it's going to be a fun ride to the finish. I don't know what it's going to be, but it should be good.
You know, a team like the Columbus Blue Jackets make all those moves, and now they're on the outside looking in. A big game tonight against the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Pittsburgh Penguins are up 2-0 after 2 periods. Those 4-point games are really big here for
it's definitely
for the playoff teams.
It's definitely gut check time for them. You know, this might be the biggest period of the year for them. You know, especially against a team that they're chasing in this race. So, you know, I can't say I'm particularly thrilled if I have to see you know, the Pittsburgh Penguins in another playoffs, but if it is, so be it.
We'll wrap up here the NHL talk and go to the voice of Derek Van Dyke. Here's hand out some flowers to our alumni.
Jackie has served as ticket office coordinator, hockey mom, as well as other positions. How about a round of applause for these 4 great individuals? These 4 board members have put in countless hours to help the Minot Weaver hockey program. We would not be where we are today without their support. How about one more round of applause for these 4?
You know, as the Beavers come onto the ice in the second period, the Beavers almost do everything right except score a goal, and they're down 1-0, even though they got 23 shots on ice. What do you got to do when a goaltender's this good?
Yeah, well, we've seen this theme at times for Minot State, and usually they've been able to come out on the winning end. But, you know, in terms of like offensive pressure and offensive zone time, you don't really have to change much. Except I think that Jamestown got a little bit stronger in their own zone at the end of that period, and Minot had a tougher time getting to the dirty areas of the ice, you know, the high danger areas of the ice. And if you're Minot, especially with a goaltender as good as Tyson Brower, you're going to have to take his eyes away, and it's probably not going to be a first chance opportunity because he's seeing pucks, you know, through traffic and through screens really well. So if you can get bodies and pucks to the net, you know, that always bodes well. It's a good thing. It's one thing to get pucks to the net, but it's another thing to get pucks to the net with traffic and be able to bang home loose change. So if you're Minot, you've got to get to the gritty areas and make your opportunities count.
Minot State went 0-for-2 on the power play. We'll take another short break here and be back for the second period action. You're listening to Beavers Hockey and the Beaver Radio Network.
communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Service Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibetta Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
Just about set to go here for the second period. Minot State trying to get some offense going here. They're down 1-0 heading into this second period. He just can't win the draw against McElroy Scott. It's going to go back down low for Bulliford. Here's Dylan Gates. It's into the neutral zone, hops over the stick of Lipinski, and Bulliford is going to have to race back for it. Here's Lipinski. Lipinski trying to look for Sheshchuk. Bulliford can't pounce it. A good play there by Dylan Gates to knock that one down and dive to get it out of danger. Bulliford is going to turn back into his own zone. Cross for Dylan Gates. Gates spins off of his man. Now he stomps behind the net and waits for a breakout to start here. Up to Lipinski. Lipinski up for Swello. The Beavers have some numbers here. Now fires a shot, stopped by Brower, and he hangs on for a face-off.
Yeah, we talked about it early. If Jamestown is going to hang in it, Troy Brower is going to have to be, Tyson Brower, I should say, is going to have to be strong, and, you know, he has been so far. So I'm really interested to see after a good road period what response the Jimmies will have.
Beavers trying to poke it loose off the draw. Comes to Connor Navarrete now. Metcalf going to work down low. Foreman trying to bat that one out of midair. And Bukowski's going to stomp it up behind the net. Here's Reese Foreman. The 108 Mile High Ranch, native British Columbia. Now Metcalf in the middle, finds Cody Longy. Cody Longy has some room to get in for Minot State. Passes to Metcalf, nice save there by Brower. Never had a bad idea to put that one along the ice and get a rebound out of there. Icing call against the Jimmies, and it's going to go back down to the left of Brower.
Yeah, probably arguably Brower's best save of the hockey game so far. You know, he was moving from his blocker side to his glove side and was able to, be able to flash the pad out against the grain in a really nice save. And his defensemen did their jobs in picking up the rebound as well. So all around a really nice play by Jamestown. They almost transitioned the other way, but just couldn't quite get it to work.
Swedlow digs in. Can't win that draw. They're going to redo it. Gatis got waved out there as Swedlow's going to have to come in, and he can't win that draw. Now it's here Sheshchuk, Shane Sheshchuk, trying to get it up to Longy. Now here's Cody Longy, fires a shot, saved by Brower, and he pounces on the rebound. Best chance there for Minot State there. Cody Longy, pretty dangerous player in taking a shot from the circle.
Yeah, Cody Longy was kind of caught in one of those, shooter dilemmas where he almost had too much time and almost too many options, and sometimes that can be as difficult as not having any. So, he had a good opportunity on net. Maybe could have stepped one way or dished it back, but good chance nevertheless.
Gaitis up to Longy. Longy has some room to walk in, fires a shot, rebound there. Brower covers up for a face-off.
Yeah, good job by Minot getting pucks and bodies to the net, but Brower was able to see that relatively cleanly, so has to still be a little bit grittier if you're Minot State.
27-7 of the shots. The Beavers nearing 30 shots. Couple minutes into the second period. Killian off of Robertson's calf, and now it goes into the zone. Robertson trying to pounce on it. Goes across for Browning. Browning up for Chavez Leach. Up for Bryson Yee. He goes high up the glass and out. Look out, Carton. Had to get out of the way of that one. Robertson can't get it out. Chavez Leach does just enough to hold it in. Now he goes down low for Richter. Richter up top. Barron across. Here's Browning. Browning lets one go. Tip. Nice save there by Bukowski. Bukowski top the circle. That one was blocked by Robertson. Confront, they score! Bryson Yee out-muscles his man Robertson and punts that one past Bukowski. A bang-bang play, and the Jimmies lead 2-0.
Yeah, an absolutely beautiful pass falling to his knees. I believe that's number 32, Chavez Leach on that play there. And that's just a skill play. That's something you don't teach in hockey school. And credit these Jamestown Jimmies, 2 goals on 9 shots, and Wader Gear's team needs to start finding their way back into this hockey game because they've become a little complacent and it's starting to slip.
That's the tough thing about being a goaltender. You're sitting there without getting a lot of shots, and you get a couple on net, and it's in the back of the net. Goaltending is a really mental part of hockey, and when you're not facing any rubber, like right now, Bukowski's skating into the corners, trying to, stay in the game, and it's really tough to go long stretches without a shot.
I think this is important too. Moving to the national tournament. What if they're down 2-0 after out shooting an opponent by a lot of shots? They've got to find a way.
That puck is whistled wide and over the net. Rebound there. Glove save there by Brower. Shot from Eric Bolford.
Yeah, and the reality is at the national tournament as well, they're going to see a guy like Tyson Brower, a guy that can definitely hold his team in a hockey game if they're under the gun and give them a chance to win. And a little bit of adversity for Minot, and I kind of like that just a little bit. Not the greatest that they're down, but a little bit of gut check time early here. Still lots of hockey left to play.
That's been a problem for Minot State. Last year they ran into a hot Illinois goalie. The 2 years prior it was Iowa State. That's a song and dance they've seen a lot in the national tournament, and hopefully they can figure that out this March. Here's Sheldon trying to go down low. Metcalf gets it up back door, looking for a man in front. That was Metcalf. That was batted away by Brower. Rebound is there. They bang away at it. Spinning shot now. Lipinski. Fake the shot, goes down low for Metcalf. Metcalf goes back up top. Here's Lipinski, walks the line, trying to create a shooting lane for himself right there, but blocker saved there by Brower. It's fired up, not enough for icing. Bolfer trying to catch the Jimmies on a change, could have a 2-on-1, but Sheldon couldn't tip that out. It's going to be no icing. Sheshchuk wins the race. Sheshchuk drops for Lipinski. Lipinski hits the brakes. Now he's going to drop down low. Sheldon. Swedlow trying to go up front for Sheshchuk. It's going to come to Michael Pruss. Flips it out of danger. And Haney knocks the puck off Lipinski. And it's shot from the corner. Is stopped by Bukowski.
Yeah, you look at Jamestown in their defensive zone, and they're really reading that cycle play nicely and letting that puck go back up to the point. I mean, you look at a guy like Crom up top. I mean, he's fronting that shooting lane the entire way, able to stay with the offensive defenseman. So, credit Jamestown for, slowly sticking with it and figuring out Minot's game plan.
Bang, bang play again there. Bukowski pokes that loose. It was a mad scramble in front. Now it comes to Sheshchuk. 2-on-2 over the line. Sheshchuk, nice move to get around. Sheshchuk, he scores! What a goal by Shane Sheshchuk! Individual effort, and the Beavers are on the board. It's 2-1.
Yeah, definitely throws the defender on that one. He didn't know what to do. And, yeah, you know, we've seen that from Shane Cheshire before. Just a guy that, you know, he's able to kind of take control of hockey games at times. You know, really nice individual effort. You know, and it takes a considerable amount of skill to be able to tuck that puck 5-hole on a goaltender that's sealing up that short side post. So, you know, if you're looking for a guy who's a leader and a guy who can, you know, for weight or gear can get you back in a hockey game, Shane Cheshire is definitely one of those guys.
Here we go, got Metcalf on there. Rebound is there, went over the net. Here's Metcalf now. The Beavers look like they have some life. The crowd comes to life now. Goes down low. Navarrete back door looking for Sheldon. Goes up top. Foreman with a shot, and Brower settles things down here with 14:57 to go. Shane Cheshire in his final home game here at the Mace Arena picks up his 18th of the season. That's not the first time we've seen a goal like that from him this year.
Yeah, you know, he's just a guy that, you know, I played against him when he was in Williston, and he's just a guy that continually every year has developed into a stronger and stronger player, and good to see the successful talent that he's become here with this Minot State club.
Pass goes off Sonstable. Carter jumps onto it. Beavers trying to get that cycle game going that was so successful for them in that first period. Robertson to the outside. Into the corner now, tries to go down low. Gets read well by Sonstable. And the Jimmies get it all the way down the ice, and that misses Bukowski. And that's going to be icing.
They haven't had a lot of icings today, actually. So, you know, credit both of these teams for making some pretty hard plays. And, you know, it's an interesting game when you look up on that scoreboard. The Beavers, 30 shots, only 1 goal, in Jamestown, 2 goals on 10. So, you know, and that's no knock on Joshua Bukowski. I think he's been strong tonight as well, just hasn't seen a lot of pucks so far.
You know, for me, it was key to get a lot of shots on net early. You know, get the feel for the puck, and that's something that Brower had early. The Beavers had 7 shots in the first 3 minutes. Here's Swedlow trying to go around for Gatis. That's going to be stopped by Bukowski behind the net. Killian's going to leave it for Gatis. Gatis back for Killian. Austin Killian into the zone, the Minnesota native. Poke loose by McElroy Scott. Now it's going to come up for Ryan Cromp. Cheshire, the goal scorer from Minot State, goes back for O'Connor in his second game back. Now here's behind the net, trying to go up for Killian. Blocked in front by Cheshire, and the Beavers almost had a 3-on-2. Quick up, Killian misses everybody. That's going to be icing. You might just jinx yourself. There's been 3 ice in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, broadcaster's curse might definitely be prevalent here, but...
You see the curse last night by Dan Murphy?
I did not.
Dan Murphy interviews Ron Hainsey in the second period and said, "Hey, Ron, the Leafs are 32-0 when leading after 2. Down 2-0, the Canucks come back, win in overtime." Quite the curse there.
Both the only time the Canucks will ever do that this year, I think.
Oh, yeah. That's once in a blue moon that they do that. But,
yeah, they're lucky if they can hold on to a 2-0 lead some days.
Oh, boy. Don't even get me going with those guys. I mean, you get outshot 50-15 against the Vegas Golden Knights. And the next game, they go down and beat the Toronto Maple Leafs in overtime. Hockey's a weird sport, that's for sure. McKechnie can't win the draw. It's going to go around for Johnson. Johnson dumps it in. Fournier after it. Beavers trying to get that going here again. Fournier. Poke loose by McKechnie. Browning. Stood up by Johnson. Now Wauer bounces on it. Here's Johnson. Backdoor. Fournier is robbed. Rebound is there. Wauer. Johnson spins and fires. Wauer and Johnson. And this line has been hard hitting on the forecheck in this second period. Here's Fournier behind the net. Out-muscled by the bigger Browning. And it's going to come back to Lipinski. Number 59 for Minot State in the red, white, and yellow jerseys tonight. In honor of the Minot Wolves. Now it goes up front, Navarrete. Navarrete goes down low for Davis Sheldon, the freshman. Couldn't get that one to go. Now it's going to come across. Here's Michael Pruss for Chavez Leach, but he's offside. Jimmy's have to catch up here. Ahead of the play is Sheldon. Sheldon cuts in, creates himself some room, and a nice blocker save there by Tyson Brower. He had a lot of saves with this block. Ooh. Boy,
you know, I'm actually going to go against the grain here. I think that was a clean hockey hit. I really do.
Really?
I really do. He had the puck. He was looking the wrong way, but it's not like it was a blindside hit. It's borderline.
It looked like he caught his head from up here, from my angle.
I'm going to go against the grain. I don't like to do this very often. I really don't. But I think he sold that one a little bit. I really do.
I'll have to see the replay on it after the game, but I'll take your word for it. Now comes Jeremy McNeil. Jeremy McNeil trying to go up front, tipped by Crum. Here's McNeil, slap shot from the hash marks, goes through Bukowski. And they get the 2-goal lead back. Bukowski's going to want that one back for sure. Saw it all the way.
Yeah, you talked about a goaltender that just hasn't seen a lot of pucks. I mean, the second goal was kind of a bang-bang play, and it's just looks like we have some action on the Minot State bench as Bray Efforts has put on the goaltending helmet, and Joshua Bykowski will get the hook for the night.
Wow, rare home hook here for Joshua Bykowski. The first time he's been pulled, I think, on home ice ever. And you look at Bray Efforts' numbers, 3-0 against the Jamestown Jimmies this year.
Yeah, and a timeout called by Wade Gear just to slow things down a little bit. I mean, Bray Efforts 3-0 against these Jamestown Jimmies, a 1.5 goals against average and a .938 save percentage with a shutout in one of those 3 games. So, not bad numbers. Bray Efforts has kind of been their guy down the stretch. So, and I don't think that's a knock on Bykowski. I think he'd like to have that one back, but his team has given up inopportune opportunities at the inopportune time. Wow. Try that one out and say it 10 times fast. But, you give up 3 goals on 12 shots. I don't think that's a goaltender at that point. I think it's a team that needs to play a 200-foot game. It doesn't matter how many shots you have against a good goaltender if you're giving up key ones on the opposite end. And, again, gut check time for the Beavers.
Well, if you're Bukowski, you're a little bit upset. Didn't get much help back there whatsoever. But this is going to be a challenge for Mr. Efforts. His first time coming off the bench cold this season. He's got video game-like numbers, 109 goal against average, 952 save percentage, 16-1. Let's see if he can redirect the Beavers back on track here. Here's Steffens out of the timeout. Jamestown Jimmy's onto it. Michael Pruss, Jeremy McNeil picks up the goal here. That is going to be his second goal of the season, 11th point. Let's see what kind of pushback here. Sometimes pulling the goaltender, like you said, it's not a knock on the goaltender. It's more of a wake-up call for the rest of the team and trying to turn the momentum. Back comes Cody Longi. He's a difference maker. Now he goes up front. Walchuk. Walchuk is going to get hit there. Yeah, his arm came up. Got to be careful here not to retaliate. That was kind of a similar play from Garrett Hathaway on the hit on Coonan from Minnesota. You got to be careful here. You don't even it up here. That's just a play that you don't like to see somebody put their arm around and pull them down in the head.
Yeah, looks like they're only going to take one, and the Beavers will be on the power play. But a power play that came into this game at 24%. But
4-on-4. Yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
I guess you are correct, but I mean,
I'm
going back to the Beavers power play. I'm saying a power play that they're not going to get one here, but they're 0 for 2 tonight on a power play that's starting to click. And
I know,
if you're trying to continue to get your power play rolling, if you're Rhett Locke, you got to be smart in that situation and understand what's best for the team, not what's best for you.
You got to stick up for your teammate, though.
there's a time and a place, and that's not the time and place.
4-on-4 here. Gatis gets the face off. Lots of open ice. Here's Swedlow. Swedlow. Now goes up top for Bullifer. Bullifer fakes a shot, spins away from Richter. Nice move there. Beavers bench went up in arms, wanting a trip there. Now Lipinski's gonna try to get around Richter. Swedlow intercepts the pass, but it goes right to Richter. Richter, an area pass for Yee. Yee kicks it into the zone. Now it's gonna go back to Lipinski. Guys like this love 4-on-4 hockey. Lots of room to skate. Lipinski into the zone. Had some room short side there. Off the elbow of Tyson Brower. Gatis trying to outmuscle his man in the corner. Goes up top for Bullifer. Bullifer drops for Lipinski. Lipinski fires a shot. Pad save by Brower. 55 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Sheschuk goes across. Bullifer fires a shot well wide. And Lipinski's going to have to peel back, and Efforts is going to get his first touch since coming into the game. Lipinski gives it up for Metcalf. 8:50 left, and Sheschuk is just offside at the Jimmy's blue line.
Yeah, Murray Efforts had a chance to move that puck up to Metcalf on the far blue line, and I don't think Efforts saw him because he was looking towards the opposite corner, and Metcalf didn't call for it. But, those are the things where, if you're Minot State trying to jumpstart this offense, especially with your speed game, just cleaning up those little fundamental plays and being stronger mentally.
Sheschuk hard in on it. Body Steffens to the boards. Metcalf angling off Sans the boat. Goes up for Steffens. Steffens into the zone. Puck is poked loose by Metcalf, but it goes to Michael Pruss. Michael Pruss pokes it to the other side. Now Metcalf can't get it out. Held in by Sansevo. Drops. Here's Haney. Haney with a shot. That goes wide. Teams are back to 4-on-4. Beavers had a chance for a 2-on-1 there as Sheschuk and Metcalf are almost off to the races. Here's Paul O'Connor, the assistant captain, and Missouri native. O'Connor into the zone. Fires it in. Johnson had Browning lined up in his vision. And now the Beavers, I want to say third line, I guess, goes to work here as Fournier claims another victim in the corner. Foreman rings it in deep. Wowrick after it. I really like this line. You got Wowrick, a guy that can lay the body. Fournier, Johnson, all can lay the body, and this is kind of a good third line checking line for head coach Wade Regier.
Yeah, definitely a heavy line. A line if you're a defenseman, you don't want to see a guy like any of them hot on your heels, and it's going to be important for Jamestown to match up against them.
3-1, Jimmy's 3 goals on 12 shots. Pakelski gets the hook. Bray Efforts is now in the cage for Minot State. Media timeout. We'll take a break. You're listening to Beavers Hockey and the Beaver Radio Network.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Libeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees.
Robertson in to take the face-off against Haney. Robertson slaps it back to Longy. Longy goes over for Foreman. Robertson has Walchuk driving to the net, stays onside. Robertson couldn't get it on net. And it goes back in the neutral zone. Here's Reese Foreman. Gets it up for Robertson. It's cross-checked before he touched the puck, and that's going to be a penalty for, going to call it checking from behind. Dangerous play there. If he hit him a little harder, could have went head first into the boards.
Yeah, he was a fair amount of ways from the wall, of course, but you know, like we talked about, a power play that's clicking at 24% hasn't found the back of the net in 2 tries so far. You're only flirting with fire, and Brower's going to have to be their best penalty killer once again.
Like you said, Beavers 0 for 2, but Peru some good scoring chances as Dylan Gaddis is in to take the face-off. Now goes back to the point. Here is Swedlow, back for Bulliford. Bulliford fakes the shot. Now he goes for Gaddis. Gaddis return feed. Bulliford with a shot. That one just missed. And it's going to get sent down the ice by Bryson Yeh. Yeh, who's got a goaltender, or a goal himself this tonight. Here's Swedlow. Swedlow gets into the zone. Now Bulliford. Bulliford is given a ride. And Beavers trying to get set up here. Swedlow in the corner, back up top for Bulliford. Swedlow's going to go back down low, and we'll call it Ovi's office. Now he's going to go top of the circle. Down low. Lipinski trying to get it out. Up front here. Here's Dylan Gaddis up top. Bulliford one-timer. That's blocked by Crum. Back to his feet. Bulliford with a shot. Stopped by Brower. And it goes up into the netting as Sheshchuk slams the puck into the boards in frustration.
Yeah, if you're Eric Bulliford, you know, I like the mentality and I like the group put out there by Wade Regira, a unit that likes to shoot the puck a little bit more, isn't really too cute with the puck, likes to move just a quick play and get bodies and traffic to the net. And, you know, when you're having a tough time being a goaltender like Brower, that's the mentality you need. And a lot of chances, but no goals.
Longy out there. Johnson on the far side usually wants the one-timer. We'll keep an eye on him. Here's Sheldon, controls the puck on the half wall. Longy. Now Sheldon again. Sheldon back for Longy. Johnson has the puck, goes back for Longy. Longy touch pass up for Davis Sheldon. Sheldon down low. Metcalf back down out front for Navarrete, but he couldn't pull the trigger and it goes wide.
Yeah, Cody Longy's got that defender on the top of that diamond swimming a little bit. Not a bad idea if you want to put a puck to the net, especially with all the bodies in front.
Longy starts the rush. Sheldon gets into the zone. Metcalf couldn't connect with that pass. Now goes back for Johnson. Johnson for Longy. Longy back for Johnson. As the Beavers are set up here in the second unit. Johnson across for Longy. Back Johnson. One-timer, that's blocked. Rebound Navarrete. There is. Nice save there by Brower. Here's Navarrete. Switches spots with Johnson. Johnson has some room to walk in. Snaps his shot. That goes off of Jimmy and out of play. And the Beavers go to 0 for 3 on the power play.
Yeah, only one puck that came through the middle of the ice below the top of the circle. So credit Jamestown. You know, they've gotten stronger and stronger in their own zone as this game has gone on. And another really nice kill against a power play that has really found its groove lately.
4:56 to go in the second period. Fournier wins a face-off back. Robertson down low for Wowerk. Now Fournier. Up top to the point, here's O'Connor. O'Connor goes down low. Robertson after it. Fournier for Killian. Fournier slapped it across O'Connor. Puts one out of play off of Richter's skate. 4:31 to go in the second period.
Yeah, if you're Paul O'Connor there, you've got a couple of bodies shifting from one side of the ice, the other going to the net. Don't wait. Put that puck to the front of the net. See if you can create some havoc and a rebound. You're only allowing both a goaltender and defenders to get set up and defend that play, as you saw with the puck deflected out. So, you know, for Minot right now, they're making the right plays. They just need to be a little bit quicker.
Dylan Gaddis trying to go forward on the face-off. Down low for Sheshchuk. And Killian couldn't get there first. That's going to be icing against the Jimmies. Face-off's going to come down to the left of Tyson Brown.
Yeah, and when we talk about Minot, you know, making quicker plays, you know, the simplest play sometimes is often the best play. So, you know, you can make quicker plays and make the simple play. It might not have to be anything fancy. As we saw Jamestown, their first goal tonight, you know, it was a rebound, just a puck thrown to the net just like that, but they've got to get through.
Oh, good chance there by Killian with some traffic in front, but Brower slides over to his right and hangs on.
Tyson Brower, he's been so strong tonight, 34 saves, and he's done an excellent job as this game has gone on about not allowing second chance opportunities or steering them to the corner.
Killian back to O'Connor. O'Connor lets one go. Oh, Sheshchuk couldn't tip that one. Here's Sheldon, or Swedlow behind the net, trying to go up front for Gatiss off of a couple skates. That splits the defense. That is going to be enough for, no, it's not. He waved it off late. Thought that one had enough juice.
A little bit of a leisurely skate back at the end there, though. I'm okay with that call.
Puck went off of Jimmy. Took a weird bounce there. Now it's going to go down low. Here's O'Connor for Swedlow. Beavers couldn't get anything going on that offensive chance. Now Carter is going to bring it in deep, and Kent Walchuk is the first one in on the forecheck. Angling Browning off. A little bit of a mismatch there, Walchuk and Browning, as Walchuk just stood him up there. Here's Haney. Haney with Carter back checking him. He steals the puck.
Yeah, you notice Jamestown, they had Pruss out flying a guy a little bit, maybe seeing if they can catch these Minot State defensemen pinching.
Bowler for a nice move to get into the zone, but the puck was blocked by a defender now. Chavez Leach onto it. Chavez Leach with a shot. First save for Bray Efforts since he's been out of the game. And it's been about 6-7 minutes.
Yeah, and that's a Bray effort save right there. Just you know, doing what he needs to do, slowing things down a little bit, and you know, we talked about that. I think Joshua Bykowski did a good job of that this game as well. But you know, he needs a team to play well in front of him, and hopefully Bray Efforts can give him that chance.
Reese Foreman gets the puck off the face-off. Now it's going to come down low for Killian. Killian. Oh, should have been icing.
I think it deflected off a foot right at the red line.
Okay. Here's Killian, goes back to the point. Reese Foreman lets one go through traffic. Nice save there with the left pad by Brower. Sonstable, weak attempt to clear. It's going to be no hand passes. The Jimmies are the first to touch. Stretch pass looking for Navert. Navert could have a chance here. Connor Navert trying to find Metcalf. Back door as Brower's just going to pounce on that one and nullify any opportunity there for Minot State.
Yeah, I understand the mentality of trying to hit that trailer there, but I mean, if you're Connor Navert, you almost have a step on that defender as is, especially down by 2 against a hot goaltender. Not a bad idea to try to take the puck to the house, to the gritty areas, but really nice play by Jamestown defensively.
Browning reverses around. Johnson read that well and steps into it and intercepts. Johnson on the backhand. Warwick and Browning. Browning's grabbing Warwick's leg. Now comes up front. Foreman shoots. Oh, nice save there by Brower. Reese Foreman with some offensive mitts there as he's dumped to the ice again. Gets back up. Fournier is back covering for Foreman. He takes a hit from Crom. Now the Beavers can't hold it in. Longy up for Warwick. Touch pass for Foreman. Foreman up the wall for Fournier. Now it's back for Longy. Longy throws it on that tip. There it is. He's down. Let's go. Johnson. The Beavers get back within 1 as he jumps into the crowd there. As Johnson caught Brower there. He must have lost an edge in the crease. We'll take it. Beavers back within 1.
Yeah, a really nice subtle play by Cody Longy, recognizing that he could either shoot that puck or he had 2 bodies in front with time, and you You know, we talk about getting pucks to the net. It doesn't necessarily have to be a shot if you recognize the opportunity in front of you. Really nice patience by Johnson. And, you know, that's what Wader Gear needs right now is his leaders to step up. And, you know, Dylan Johnson is certainly one of those guys and has been an Achilles heel, a thorn in their side for the Jamestown Jimmies in his career. So not surprising to see him get on the board again.
Yeah, he's a guy that loves playing this division rival. 11 goals now in his Beaver career. Beaver's got a 2-on-1 now. Here's Sheshchuk with Gatis going to that. Here's Gatis! Oh, and he couldn't put it home. Beavers almost tied the game there late in the second period. Here's Gatis trying to go down low for Paul O'Connor. Out front. Swedler with a shot. Pan save. Rebound there. And it goes up front. And almost went in off of a Jimmy defender. Here's Sheshchuk. 40 seconds left in the second period. Sheshchuk couldn't make the save play there. Sheshchuk there is going to be a penalty. I think that was Austin Killian. It is interference if they accidental or not. You can't wipe out a player if he doesn't have the puck. Actually, it's going to be Paul O'Connor. A rare penalty for Paul O'Connor. Not used to him getting penalties.
You know, if you're Wader Gear, you can't like that play either. You know, they had it shut down defensively. You know, 34 seconds to get to the end of the period. You've been possessing most of the play. Don't give this Jamestown team another chance to extend this lead back to 2. But regardless, you know, the Minot State power play, or penalty kill, I should say, clicking at about 85% as per usual for most of this year. So another chance for them to come up big. Only have to survive 34 seconds to get to the end of the period.
Yo, Minot's penalty kill was in the mid-70s for first half of the season. It's really found its groove, and you know, guys like Fournier and here he is, Fournier with a chance. He's ridden out of the play there. Almost a good chance for a short-handed play. Not a bad play to flip it up to him either.
Yeah, you know, and a really nice defensive play. You don't see a lot of defensive one-on-one plays where there's no stick involved and just physical contact. So, really nice play.
23.6 is what's left here in the second period. Fournier trying to put that one off the face-off. Here's Barron, goes back for Sonstable. Drops for McKechnie. Paul O'Connor, one of the Beavers' best penalty killers too. Carter steals behind the net. Some lazy play there by the Jimmies, and that's going to do it. Good penalty killing from Minot State. Bukowski gets pulled after letting 3 goals in on 12 shots. Brantford stopped the only shot he faced, and Johnson gets the Beavers back within 1. What did you like from Minot State in that second period?
I like their response when Joshua Bukowski left the net. Only 1 shot against for Bray Efforts, and it wasn't a high-quality opportunity. So, you know, Minot State has, you know, started to push the play back the other way, but they've got to find a way here against a team that has really kind of made a living right now at hanging out in their own zone. You can't say that a lot with teams that are in their own zone a lot against this Minot State team, so they've been pretty solid defensively for the amount of zone time that the Beavers have had. So zone time good, down by 1 bad.
Yeah, you know, 39 shots. They've thrown everything at Tyson Brower, and it took Tyson Brower losing an edge in the crease for them to get a break. And
you know, but you create your own luck as well. You know, it's just you know, you've got to start getting to the grittier areas of the ice. They've had a lot of zone time, possession time on the perimeter, so now it's got to get to the middle if you're going to beat a goaltender as good as Tyson Brower.
Yeah, you know, Tyson Brower, you talk about goaltenders that are on a roll. You look at a guy like Connor Hellebuck in the NHL. He's really been on a roll for the Winnipeg Jets. There's so many good goalies. You know, you talk about like goalies that have been unbelievable. Look at Jordan Binnington, what he's doing right now. He's taking the Blues from last place in the NHL to second, or to a wild card spot and 3rd in the Central. You know, it's you know, I'm so excited to see like what the final teams are going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be good. And you know, when you talk about goaltenders going back, you know, this Jamestown Jimmies team has been around for barely half a decade, And I can't think of a time when Jamestown didn't have a good goaltender. They recruit really well as far as goaltending depth is concerned. And, you know, that's kind of their MO is have a goaltender that can backstop them and kind of build it from the back end up. And, you know, they're a team that, you know, 13 shots, 3 goals, 39 shots against, 2 goals against. And they're a team that hasn't exactly been stellar on the road. So, I mean, if you're Jamestown, you're coming into this game as, you know, a 17 rank heading into the national tournament. You struggled on the road. You struggled, you know, because both these teams are very good home teams. You know, it definitely bodes well heading into the biggest stretch of the year.
You look at guys, like we mentioned, Dylan Johnson, 11 goals against the Jamestown Jimmies. Is there any, like, explanation for that? Or is it just that, you know, there's some players that just score goals against certain teams?
You know, it happens. It's one of those things where for whatever reason, maybe you feel a little bit more engaged. Maybe the first game you played against that team in your career, you had a lot of mojo going on and you just, you know, kept it cooking. You know, there's not really an explanation other than I think, you know, you look at a team like Jamestown, Dylan Johnson, you know, a guy that's been kind of part of, you know, these guys that have kind of been part of when Jamestown first started to break into this league and that rivalry was created. They've been here since day one. So, you know, I think for them it's just a matter of both really good execution and just kind of knowing the opponent and the circumstance at hand.
Well, Minot State 0 for 3 on the power play, slap shot. Getting the fans pumped up here as before they go on to zam the ice. But, you know, is being down 3-2 for Minot State going in the third period, is that a good thing almost with the national tournament almost around the corner?
Yeah, I like the little bit of adversity. I think it's a good test for them. You know, they're 10-0 in their last 10, and they've won, geez, what is it?
11 in a row since they lost in Illinois.
And I believe it's, what is it? They've won
20 at 22.
Something like, yeah, you know, their last 25 has been almost impeccable. So, you know, for them, against an opponent that is also going to be in the national tournament, an opponent that is definitely a rival, an in-state rival at that, looking at a goaltender that's been able to turn 37 out of 39 shots against away, it's a good test heading into the national tournament. You and I talked about how before, you know, the past, at least for sure last year, you know, their last game of the year was a non-conference game against Williston. So to be able to kind of have this little series against Jamestown and be able to kind of test your mettle and gear up before things get real in Texas, you know, I think it's a good challenge for them, but they've got to be able to climb that mountain now. You know, we can talk about how good it is for them. It's even better if they're able to pull out a win in front of their home fans and ultimately in the last game of the year here.
You know, let's look ahead in a couple weeks. The Beavers draw the Illinois Fighting Illini in the first round. A team that beat them out of the national tournament, but a team that this season, they won 2 or 3 games against them this year. So you got to be feeling pretty good if you're Minot State.
Yeah, always difficult to beat a team 3 times, though. I think that the high school West Region tournament here shows that quite a bit in terms of North Dakota hockey. But, you know, you look at Minot State, you talk about their track record, you know, against Illinois, against Iowa State, being able to pretty much thoroughly outplay teams and not get the job done. We saw it with the Washington Capitals for all these years, where they had these high-powered teams that weren't able to get over the hump. And, you know, you look at this Minot State team comparatively to the last 2 teams that have come through here, and skill-wise, they're not as deep as those teams. But like the Washington Capitals of last year, they weren't as deep as the Washington Capitals of before, and they found a way to get the job done. So, you know, I think, you know, like we talked about with the national tournament, they're one and done. So you have to win, you know, a handful of hockey games. You got to win them all. But if you can find a way and play your best hockey at the most meaningful hockey of the year, it bodes well.
You know, and let's say they do get past Illinois. Then you got the defending champs, Adrian College. The road just gets tougher and tougher for Minot State. I mean, these games are good for Minot State. Down 1 goal heading into the third period. Good crowd here at home. Beavers don't lose very often at home. unless it's Jamestown, knock on wood, but we'll see what kind of response Minot State has. We'll take a break. We'll be back for the third period to listen to Beaver Shotgun in the Beaver Radio Network.
Production Broadcast Network.
Just kind of talk about how quick the season's gone by and the ups and downs so far this season with the young
Collision
team.
Center. Premier Chiropractic. Production Broadcast Network.
Just kind of talk about how quick
brought
the
to you
season's
by
gone by and the ups and downs.
This
Inside the Elevation Coaches Corner,
on
we
the Pro Style
last
Production
home game of the
Broadcast
season.
Network.
Just kind of talk the
on its
season with the
finest
young team.
Homesteaders, the UPS Store, the UPS Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Libetto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
So we feel like we're a team that's continually getting better, and hopefully the best is yet to come.
Talk about your
thing, hey, we go in number 6, but it's just to do it. Yeah, we feel like we've got the tools in place, but get there.
I know you're not a guy to
It's through that game is going to us playing them. They lost 3 that he did a lot of minutes, so hopefully we just continue to keep learn from guys like hockey with rivals that are considered a failure, but hey, we got to win some games here because that's just the culture of who we are.
Thanks, Wade. Best luck to him.
This
Inside the Elevation Coaches Corner,
on the
we
Pro Style
last
Production
home game of the
Broadcast
season.
Network
Just kind of talk about
is
how
brought
quick
to
the
you
season's
by
gone by.
this
Inside the Elevation Coaches Corner,
on the Pro Style- This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM.
Inside the Elevation Coaches Corner,
on
we
the Pro Style
last
Production
home game of the
Broadcast
season. Just
Network.
kind of talk about how quick
On the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Libetto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanab. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
The Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
It's time for the Elevation Coaches Corner. ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
Welcome inside the Elevation Coaches Corner. Wade, last home game of the season.
Listen, your wedding day is the biggest day of your life. That's why you need to talk with Nick Holberg from Pro Style Production DJ Services. The experience, the voice, the setup, you won't be disappointed. 15 years of big arena hosting, announcing, and DJing speaks for itself. PSP DJ Services also handles premier events, reunions, or parties. Call 833-1007 or visit ProStyleProduction.com to book now. PSP DJ Services, make your event Pro Style.
At Premier Chiropractic, we are dedicated to achieving the best results possible for our patients through the most cutting-edge advances in natural healthcare today. Improving movement, function, and health, improving life.
Call to schedule your appointment today.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Systems go for lunch. Frequent supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Hi,
Just about set here to go here for the second period. 39 shots on goal for Minot State. Just need to win the period, win the hockey game here. If they can hopefully kill this penalty off here. O'Connor still has 127 to kill on his interference. Minor. What do the Jimmies have to do here, Noah, on this power play to get some momentum back that they lost after the Johnson goal?
Well, the simple answer is score a goal. But, you know, I mean, obviously it helps to extend the lead, but I think for them, just kind of establish that they too can play in the offensive zone. They haven't had a lot of time there and a lot of extended time at that. So, you know, for them to be able to possess the puck a little bit and maybe feel the puck in the offensive zone should help them down the stretch in order to establish a good start to the period.
Referees step onto the ice, let the ice freeze a little bit. And Bray Efforts coming back onto the ice. Bray Efforts, one shot, that's all he faced in relief. They're going to need a big period from Bray Efforts because I think the Jimmies are going to have a big push here in the third period.
Yeah, you know, and for them, you know, they've played a pretty solid road game so far, and they've realized that their goaltender is going to keep them in it, and they can hang with this hockey team. So, you know, if they can find a way to finally put their foot on the gas against a team that hasn't found a way so far to even the score, Jamestown, knock on wood, could come away from the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena with another W against these Beavers.
Look at that goaltender's goal coming. He's got the all black pads with the yellow stripe. Brian's. You know, Brian's really making a big comeback in goaltending. I mean, you know, you saw Reebok really run away with it. CCM took over for Reebok, and now you're seeing more Bauer Vapors and Brian's. It's great to see some of those different pads in the game.
Well, you know, as a shooter, I didn't really worry about the pads so much as trying to get the puck around him. So, you know.
You love black pads, though.
I do love black pads. You know, the honest reality is you can wear pink pads with purple stripes on them as long as
Does that throw off a shooter?
As long as you're keeping the puck out of the net, that's all that matters.
Does that throw off a shooter, though, all black pads a little bit?
To an extent, but I mean, you know, if you're good enough, you'll find a way, and I guess the same bodes well for Minot State here in this third.
Goal for Ice is, pardon me, they're on a penalty kill here. He gets it down the ice. Fournier out there with Drew Carter. Drew Carter hit to the ice. Now here's Sonsable. Sonsable rips one. Blocked, rebound is there, goes off of a body and wide. And Carter gets it all the way down the ice, and he'll head to the bench for a change. Tyson Bauer actively playing the puck most of the night. And the Jimmies have 50 seconds left of power play time. Here's Jason Richter. Jason Richter down into the corner. Met by Killian. Killian gives him a bump in the numbers. Now Haney goes for Bryson Yates. Bryson Yates top of the circle. Killian went down to block the pass. Now it's going to go to Richter. Richter brings it around for Haney. Haney for Chavez Leach. Chavez Leach, a big man, tough to knock off the puck. Now he has the puck, fires it on net. Branford's with the save. Rebound is there, and he pounces on the rebound with 18:52 left in the third period. Only 19 seconds left in the kill for Minot State.
Yeah, and the only shot on goal, and a pretty soft one at that. Minot doing a really nice job with their penalty kill. PK's been stronger and stronger as the season goes on. Obviously a good sign heading into Texas in a few weeks.
Bryson Yee will take the face off. Retlock. Also the Retlock normally wearing a cage. That's why I was wondering. Retlock's wearing a bubble now. And that's a development that you are seeing more and more in college hockey, even at the NCAA level. There's a lot of players that wear that shield instead of a cage.
Yeah, well, the nice thing is they come from warm rinks. You know, I come from Botno, which is you can't even wear a visor without that thing fogging up. So,
I mean, I kind of see where they come from. I mean, you play junior hockey and you wear visors, and then you come to college hockey, you got to throw the cage back on. I totally see that aspect of it, but there's a lot of people that are wearing them, that's for sure. Here's Lipinski Now for Sheshchuk. Sheshchuk in on goal. Oh, what a save. Brower came out to challenge and flashes the leather on Shane Sheshchuk. It was mano a mano. And Brower said, not tonight, Mr. Sheshchuk.
Yeah, Brower kind of played his hand a little bit. He knew that he had the cross crease option as well, so he came down and said, you can either shoot the puck or you can try to make a step around and around my defender. And really nice save by Brower to preserve the lead.
Connor Navarrete back to the point for Longy. Longy spins away from McEachnie. Now goes down low. Navarrete after it. Barron's going to get there first. He reverses around for his defenseman. Browning, but Browning turns it over. Back to the point. Here is Metcalf off the post. Beavers coming close with a couple glorious scoring opportunities. Now here's Connor Navarrete off the turnover with a shot, and Brower just going to cover up there and settle things down.
Yeah, I mean, what else can you say about Tyson Brower? You know, he's a guy that, you know, he's one of the most mobile goaltenders I think we've seen in this building. You know, a lot of goaltenders that we've seen be able to make saves, you know, they're swimming around in the net. Not with this guy. He's anticipates well. He's positionally sound and definitely deserves the lead that his team has gained so far. As
a goaltending expert would say, he's got very quiet feet. You know, there's lots of goalies that do have the happy feet in the crease, and you know, he's a lot like Bray Efforts. Bray Efforts has got really calm feet in the cage, and it just settles the decor down when you have when you know you have a calm goaltender back there.
Well, you let me know where this goaltending expert is, and I'll have a nice discussion with him.
Hello.
I'm just kidding.
Here's Retlock now. Goes back into his own zone. Foreman's going to stop up behind the net. Reversed around for Retlock. Lock up for Warwick. Warwick from his own side of center ices the puck, and the Beavers aren't going to be able to change.
Yeah, we might see a little bit of gamesmanship on this one, though. Might take a little while to hash out as is, so might not be a whole lot of benefit for the Jimmies on this change. But, I mean, nonetheless, you know, you and I talk about that, you know, taking another strider to and make the right play there. No sense for icing the puck in that situation.
You know, this is a rule that they talked about the NHL GM meetings, is the delaying icings, and I think they're going to start to crack down on that. And I think they're talking about maybe enforcing a delay game penalty even in the playoffs. You know, coaches are pretty smart. They know what they're doing, and their stall tactics might be out the door real quick.
Yeah, until they find a way to circumvent it in some other sense. It's kind of the theme of hockey, right? You change one rule and they find a way to move around it in another fashion.
Well, it's the same thing. A goalie knows his team's there. He takes his helmet off. He's fixing his helmet, fixing his pad. There's a lot of stall tactics. I don't think he'll be able to eliminate every single one of them, but I mean, there is certainly a few. Here's Fournier. Here's Leach now. Leach with a shot. That one off of a stanchion. Took a weird bounce. Warwick trying to poke that loose. Comes to Killian. Killian overskated the puck there, but Fournier is there to clean up his mistake. Fournier up for Warwick. Warwick for Fournier. Johnson offside. He could not stretch the line. From up here, it looked like he maybe stretched that one. No?
No.
Offside?
No, that was a good read. I was actually, I was looking up or down at the official, seeing if he would read that one, and he actually read that perfectly. So the Zebras are doing their job out there tonight. And actually, I mean, we've only had 4 penalties tonight, so I think a pretty well officiated hockey game.
No, yeah. Other than a couple missed calls, but other than that, no, it's been a great officiated game, and
can't make everybody happy though.
Ooh. Upended in the corner. Looked like they just collided there. Here's Michael Pruss with Haney going to the net. Michael Pruss fires a shot. Oh, that's blocked. That hurts Lipinski. And they score. Oh, Lipinski's in a heap. That does not look good for Kyle Lipinski.
Yeah, it looks like, it must be some sort of lower, like maybe a knee or an ankle area. He's having a tough time putting weight. Looks like around the knee there. He's kind of just leaning on it. I mean,
Oof.
You know, and to make to add insult to injury, salt in the wound, you know, he's the defender that's normally covering that play there. But, yeah, you talk about gut check time for the Beavers. You know, if this doesn't ignite some fire in you to be able to, you know, be scored on and have a player potentially go down with injury, you know, if you're playing right now, forget about the national tournament, you're playing for Kyle Lipinski now.
He's not putting any weight on that right leg, and it was a blocked shot, and must have got him in a weird spot there on the knee. He's had knee problems his last 2 seasons here, and hopefully that's just a stinger for Lipinski, and it's not too serious, because if he's out long term, that's a huge loss for Minot State.
Yeah, block shots, you know, around the knees are really tough for sure. They're ones that if you catch it just right, they hurt, and they hurt for weeks. So hopefully all is well for Mr. Lipinski, and our thoughts are with him.
You know, Bray Efforts didn't really have much of a chance on that one, but here's Foreman. Nice move, and he couldn't put it in.
Reese Foreman has had the silky mitts tonight. Not necessarily known as an offensive defenseman, but no one told him that tonight, apparently.
You know, as the puck goes out of play, but I think they're looking at his ankle right now, I think, or his right knee from my vantage point over here. But
you know, anything around, as a shooter, anything around bones. And I know that sounds obvious, but there's a difference between taking one that has a lot of steam in the shins versus getting one in an area where the protection is, you know, a little bit iffy. You know, obviously the ankle bone around the boot, those ones, you'll be icing your foot for weeks. So, you know, but you know, that's Kyle Lipinski's game. He's a guy who's not afraid to go to the dirty areas, and sometimes you pay the price for the team.
You know, like I was saying, not much of a chance there for Bray Efforts. A bang play off of Lipinski, and it goes right to the guy that he's supposed to be covering, and it goes into the back of the net. That shot is blocked in front. Rhett Locke holds it in. Now here's Carter. Carter, who has played some defense in his junior career. If they need be, he might be the one that hops back there, or even a guy like Dylan Johnson, who's played most of the year on defense. He can hop back there, and Lipinski's going back. He's walking it out in the locker, in the hallway, I should say.
Yeah, nice to see him at least putting weight on that. It's just, you know, it's weird to say it, you know, as someone who blocks shots, is, you know, it just, you might feel all right being on it, but sometimes it takes a couple minutes.
Looks like he's going to stay in the game, and that's a good sign for Minot State. Here's Fournier behind the net. Gets it up for Killian with a shot off the post. Beat Brower, but hit the goal post. O'Connor rubs his man to the boards. Now Warwick for Fournier. Foot pass looking for Johnson. That's going to come to Day. Day looking for Richter. That's going to miss everybody. That's going to be icing. And Lipinski's going to hop over the boards and probably skate it out here and see how the ankle feels.
It looks like he's getting to move around a little bit. He looks like he's pretty comfortable out there, I would say. And, you know, if you're Minot right now, he's going to stay on the ice, actually.
He's a warrior.
Yeah, and they're going to need him right now. Minot's, I think the push starts now. You know, you've been out playing this team for most of the period. You've got to get to the high danger opportunities now. It's got to be harder and quicker plays.
There you go right there. Draws a penalty. Minot State back to the power play. Sheshchuk upended. And this is a perfect opportunity. Minot State 13:47 left in this third period. They get their fourth power play of the night.
Yeah, and you know, you said it, their fourth power play of the night, and you know, it's only a matter of time before the seal breaks. So, you know, if you're Jamestown, you're trying to stay strong and continue doing what you're doing. But I expect Minot, especially this unit, to put a lot of pucks in traffic towards the net.
Gaddis, Lipinski, Swedlow, Sheshchuk, and Bulliford. Bulliford controls the puck. Now it goes back up top on defense. Gives it to Gaddis. Gaddis. Swedlow puts it in. Tipped by Lipinski. Gaddis can't hold it in. Now he's going to be in his own zone. Passes to Swedlow. Swedlow crosses. And McKechnie gets it up. And it looked like he upended there. Now it's going to be 4-on-3 over the line. Sheshchuk with a shot. That goes wide. Swedlow holds it in. Joel Swedlow from the point. Tip through traffic. Rebound is there. Lipinski. Oh, what a save, Brower. Stuck out the left pad to Rob Lipinski. He had a gaping cage. And Brower sent a hope and a prayer up and kicked it out. Swedlow again. Shot through traffic again. Rebound is there. And the crease. They score. Shane Sheshchuk is second of the night. And the Beavers cash in on the power play. They're back within one in this seesaw battle here at Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena.
Yeah, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. They ran that set play twice in a row. Not exactly, you know, an absolute rocket by Swedlow, but he's looking for that redirect from Sheshchuk. Almost capitalized on the first one and went back to the well and found a way in the second.
Get traffic in front of the net. Take the goalie's eyes away. Pot in the rebound. I think Lipinski had a better chance there than Sheshchuk did, and sometimes it's not the prettiest of goals you look at. That was a similar play that the Jimmies had in their first goal, and after every single Minot State goal, they've had a couple shifts of momentum here. We'll see if they can have the same here as the Beavers pull within one of their 46 shot of the night.
It's important for Minot State now to, you know, learn a lesson from that and put that one in their playbook. They can't just be satisfied with, wow.
What happened?
I think that play was inadvertent from what I saw. It didn't look malicious. It looked like a player coming through and trying to step around, and I don't think he saw the Jamestown player and vice versa. I mean, you look at the reaction from the Jamestown bench. You know, they, you know, calling for a trainer or any sort of medical personnel.
He caught
right
him
away.
knee on knee.
Yeah, and I don't think, you know, can't stress enough, I don't think that was intentional. I think they were just crossing and they got hung up together coming through, but I didn't catch who that was. Did you happen to?
Yeah, it was Davis Sheldon who went on for Minot State.
Yeah, first we had trouble. Nice to see Lipinski back, and hopefully now Sheldon. You know, it's been
Swedlow talking to the referees right now.
Been a theme of knees this evening.
Swedlow pretty animated right now, talking to the referees. Steele.
I don't know if it, yeah, I mean, Swedlow, I mean, they're right down at ice level, and they might have seen something really different, but from what I saw, it looked like a player trying to step around another, and like a couple of bodies going for a puck, and just an inadvertent collision that I don't think was malicious at all. But
again, one of those I'll have to see the replay
Yeah.
on. Got a couple of those tonight.
We have to get Mr. Nick Holberg, who's not with us tonight, to invest in a monitor for us.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something? Icing here is...
Yeah, I've got to say, I had an opportunity to do the Beck Sports broadcast of the Minotauros game last week, and the first 5 minutes of this game without replays was actually a bit of an adjustment. You know, we had a monitor, and you know, being able, first of all, the nice thing about replays is, unfortunately for the fans at home, I get to talk longer. So there's that for a start, but being able to put knowledge into visual action is always nice.
Here's Warwick. Oh, he stepped into Browning. As the fans like that, as Johnson.
Yeah, and Browning.
Looked like he got a stick up. Crom got a stick up on Johnson there.
Yeah, and
Johnson went to hit him.
Browning and Warwick definitely had some choice words for each other on that one. And Browning's bit of a size mismatch, but what a hit by Mr. Warwick.
You know, Adam Warwick always has those reverse hits, and you know, guys like Browning aren't expecting Warwick to step up there, and they do. Here comes. There they come. Rebound off the post. Rebound is there for the Beavers. Has Robertson on it. Johnson has a chance. Bodies flying everywhere. Sansomo, McKechnie couldn't pull the trigger.
Yeah,
Reese Foreman is there.
Looked like that zone exit. Looked like Pruss actually got tripped. What could have potentially been a 2-on-1 with speed. Getting a little bit chippy here. I got a feeling we're going to see some serious fireworks in the latter part of this game.
3-on-2 for Minot State developing here. Walchuk going to the net. Here's O'Connor. O'Connor with a shot. Rebound is there. They bang away Walchuk there as Brower lines up here as Browning. Browning, here we go. Behind the play. Browning and Kent Walchuk, or Paul O'Connor, that is, getting into it.
Oh, let him go. Let him go.
I know.
If they're going to make the decision, especially in college hockey, to finally take a chance at attempting to throw the mitts out.
Rip the visor right off. That might be a game misconduct. Face masking is a game misconduct, and I think that O'Connor is probably going to get the gate here. Fans like this. He looks really weird seeing a college player without a visor or anything like that.
Yeah, Browning's a big boy too. Kind of has that Zdeno Chara look to him. Adam Wellrick certainly isn't afraid of him, as he just showed. But this game, starting to get some.
It's a bubble.
Starting to get some animosity and tenacity into it. And I think if you're Minot State right now, you've been kind of playing on the perimeter and a little bit lackadaisical with trying to get to the front of the net. So this might bode well. We'll have to see how they divvy out the penalties.
We'll take a break and we'll let Andy Carton sort this one out. You're listening to Beavers Hockey, the Beaver Radio Network.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Libedo Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanab. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holidays.
Yeah, everything's settled out here. O'Connor does not get the game. I thought he might have for ripping the bubble off of Browning, but they keep him in the game. And the shot is on Brower. Shot number 48. Browning and O'Connor get 2 and a 10s. And Johnson's going to serve for Browning, and Walchuk's going to serve for O'Connor. Roughing penalties.
Yeah, not sure how the face mask came off. Sometimes, hands just kind of get tangled in altercations. But you know what? I'm okay with that. Everybody's kosher, and we're all even.
Shot number 49 off of the stick of Eric Bulliford. Eric Bulliford aggressively intercepts that pass. Now here's Bulliford now. 10:25 left in the third period. The Beavers are back within one. Bulliford the shot, glove save there by Brower. Off the stick of Bulliford.
Yeah, Brower, his newest audition for a drama major there. A little bit of a flashier leather save than probably was necessary. But, he's definitely earned it. I mean, a guy who has 46 saves on 49 shots. He's definitely given his team a chance to win with only 15 shots on the other side. So, Tyson Brower's been the story of this game so far.
Here is Foreman. Nice toe drag around. Silence the bow. Out front, Sheshchuk. Couldn't put it in. Metcalf battling. Now comes back. Bryson Yee drops for Michael Pruss. Pruss with the shot. Rebound is there. They score. Bryson Yee puts it in off of the pad of efforts right before the net went off. And that's a backbreaker for Minot State. The lead is back to 2.
Yeah, that shot, kind of came on efforts kind of quick. It was in, the crook of the arm, not an easy play to corral, and the defenseman was there, but, credit Jamestown. That's 2 goals tonight where they've been able to crash the crease and get around these Minot State defenders. And got check time again. And, you know, it's heightened even more. Only 10 minutes to play. You know, it's still a lot of time, but got to dig a little bit deeper now.
You know, it seems that whenever Minot State gets a goal, Jamestown is right there to respond, to capture that 2-goal lead again. Here's Navarrete. Blocker save. Shot number 50 for Minot State.
Yeah, and you could just almost feel the air come out of this building.
Stick snaps. Navarrete pounces on it. Fires a shot. Blocker save. Rebound is there. Barron plays it. It's a hand pass if they touch it again. No, they don't, though. Stick is out there for Barron. Fires a shot. That's a smart play there by Tyson Brower to steer that aside, knowing his defenseman was without a stick.
Yeah, I really like the play by Bolivar, too, knowing that the man up top didn't have a stick, so he was able to walk to the middle a little bit easier than he normally would, and a nice hard wrister there.
Well, if you're a forward, wouldn't you give your defenseman a stick there? I mean,
that's overrated, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Comes back to Pruss. Pruss spins off of a check. Now Fournier bumps into McKechnie. McKechnie and Pruss. Pruss, nice shimmy shake to go down. Lipinski with a shot now. Stopped by Efforts. Efforts has came into the game. Only faced 5 shots. He's let in 2 goals. Not much offense from Jamestown tonight. Here's Lipinski. Knee looks fine so far in his return. Now comes to Johnson. Foreman. Team's back to 5-on-5. Beavers need a goal here with 8:40 left in the 3rd period. Johnson trying to bully his way through there. Now Reese Foreman. Over for Killian. Killian, the defenseman, leaves for Swedlow. Swedlow, slap shot, nice save there by Brower. That one was going low glove into the net, and he stuck out the glove.
Yeah, that one was labeled for inside post and in on that far side. But, you know, Jamestown, they've just done a really nice job of managing those second chance opportunities. And, you know, the cycle game that we saw early in this hockey game has kind of disappeared for the Beavers.
Foreman falls, but he holds it in. Now here's Swedlow. Sheshchuk going, then he finds him, but Sheshchuk couldn't put a stick on it. Killing with a shot. That is tipped. No high stick, says Andy Carton. Now Killian will go down low for Swedlow. Swedlow leaves for Gatis. Gatis behind the net. Goes out front. Nice play there by Brian Crom. As Sheshchuk was locked and loaded for the one-timer. Austin Killian behind the net. Reverses around for Foreman. Foreman finds Gatis. Dylan Gatis with a burst of speed into the Jimmy zone. Trying to toe drag around Sonstabo. As Swedlow couldn't intercept the pass. Sheshchuk intercepts the puck from Chavez Leach. Killian in the middle. Intercepted by Chavez Leach. Here's Bryson Yee. Already with 2 tonight. Blocked by Foreman. Now back comes Minot State. Cross ice for Sheshchuk. He's also got 2. He cuts in the middle. That was read well by the Jimmies. Held in by Valangi. Now comes back to the point. Bolivar with the shot. Rebound is there for Metcalf, and a nice save there by Brower. Here's Metcalf. Bolivar. Everything's going to the net. Here's the Beavers. Need all hands on deck with 7:02 left in the 3rd period.
Yeah, we don't track player shots, but I would imagine that Eric Bolivar is probably leading the team in shot attempts tonight. And I like that mentality, you know, keep it simple. You know, like we talked about, you know, half, if not more, of the goals in this hockey game have been because of bodies and traffic in front of the net. Haven't really been first chance opportunities. So if you're Minot State, that's how you're going to get back in this game.
Bolivar has to peel back as the Jimmies are in on the rush. Efforts is out to stop it behind the net. Under 7 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Beavers need 2. Here's Navarrete to Metcalf. Metcalf looking back for Navarrete. Now comes back to the point. Longy, one-timer. Nice save there by Brower. That glove's been red hot tonight, and he uses it there again with 6:35 left in the 3rd period.
Yeah, you look at Brower, and he's not exactly the biggest goaltender, you know, in terms of the size of his frame, but he does such a nice job. I mean, he's really flexible in athletics. I mean, he's down in the splits and able to take away the lower half of the net. And, yeah, he's so mobile in the net. And, you know, he kind of reminds me of Bray Efforts at the other end. You know, just two guys that use their athleticism and their anticipation really, really well.
Puck is flipped out. Foreman races back for it for the Beavers. Now he gets up for Drew Carter. Drew Carter feeds Walchuk in the middle. Here's Kent Walchuk. Trying to put it on net. Now goes out front for Robertson. Now goes to Day now behind the net. Foreman spins to get away from Crum. Now he goes down low. Here's Johnson onto it. 5:55 left in the third period. Johnson beats Sonson to the puck. Now he's going to steal it. Now he's going to go up top here. Here's Foreman. Back for Johnson. Takes it on his backhand. Back door. Puck hopped on Robertson. Fournier gets it around. Here's out front for Johnson. Backhand didn't reach the net. Foreman holds it in with a nice play. Fournier first onto it in the corner. Finds Adam Warwick. Now Fournier circles around. Fournier is going to drive the net. Draws a penalty. And that's a golden opportunity for the Beavers to get back in the hockey game. Their fifth power play of the night. They're 0 for 4.
Yeah, that play actually all starts with Reese Foreman being able to hold a puck in at the blue line in the air and not take a high stick in the process. Able to grind the puck down low, and really nice work by Fournier as far as you know, getting gritty. A really nice shift by that unit as a whole, and we're seeing that shooting power play again come out first for Minot State. They've had a lot of good looks, and actually they should be 1 for 4 on the power play. That's my fault.
One for
Shane
four.
Sheshuk does have a
Yeah,
goal
you're right.
on
You're
the
right.
power play.
1 for 4. 1 for 4. Fifth power play of the game. Here's Bullifer. Opens us up. Now he goes up front. Here is Gatus. Dylan Gatus. Looking for some options. Finds Sheshuk. Sheshuk with a shot. That's blocked. Sheshuk hounds onto the puck. Now up to Swedlow. Swedlow for Bullifer. Now Gatus on the half wall. Up top. Here's Swedlow. Snapshot. That's blocked. Look out. Beavers looking to hold it in. A little bit of a can opener there. Beavers catch a break there.
Yeah, definitely could have called a cross check on
I
the Jamestown player as well too.
Or a hook.
Yeah, you know, but
Yeah.
you know that's adversity. You know, you think ahead 3 weeks, 442. You're down by 2 in the national tournament. You can't worry about the refs and the calls. You got to play your game, and you've got to find a way right now if you're Minot State.
It's Beavers. This is a familiar spot they're in. You know, obviously not losing by 2, but out shooting a team 55-17 and not finding a way. See if they can find a way right now. Here's Fournier. Fournier gets around for Carter. Johnson couldn't hold it in, and they have to regroup here. 4:25 is what's left in the hockey game. Here's Fournier across. Here's Longy now. Longy switches spots with Johnson. Johnson, one-timer at puck and eyes. That tipped was just wide. Here's Johnson now. Johnson across. Here's Metcalf. Metcalf out front. Navarrete. Johnson. Johnson back to Longy. Johnson now. The two are probably going to switch sides here. Johnson fakes a shot. Now he goes to Metcalf. Metcalf trying to outshoot from the corner. The puck is there, and the Jimmies dodge a bullet and get it down the ice.
Yeah, that puck was loose in the crease, and Brouwer, for one of the few times this game, was nowhere to be found.
Here's Sheshchuk. Toe drags around his man, trying to go up front. Longy races back to hold it in. Here's Cody Longy, 3:30 left. Here's Bullifer now. Bullifer shoots, stopped, rebound. That is blocked in front, and it's cleared all the way down the ice, and that's going to do it. The Beavers are 1 for 5 in the power play. And it's not for a lack of trying. They've had a lot of opportunities to score here. We'll keep an eye on Bray Efforts with 3:10 left in this period. There's Bullifer again with a shot. That's stopped by Brouwer. 58-17 are the shots in favor of the Beavers. Bullifer holds it in momentarily, but now it's poked out by Michael Pruss. Under 3 minutes to go in the third period. The Beavers are down by 2. Here's Swedlow. Goes back into his own zone for Kyle Lipinski. Lipinski trying to get it away from Press. Press back up to the point. Barron, a puck topped over his stick, and he's going to have to clear. And under, 2:40 left here in this third period. Efforts looking to the bench. Brett Locke gets into the zone. Here's Locke. Locke now behind the net. Trying to put it out front. Here's Adam Wowick. Adam Wowick backhand. Nice save there by Troy Brower. You said that earlier. Tyson Brower. Shot number 59. He's got 56 saves.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing how Troy Brower plays goaltender, but right now you look at the 3 stars of the game and they're all for Jamestown. You've got Brower.
Wouldn't be surprised if they call it timeout, yeah.
The Jamestown penalty kill and the opportune shooting of Jamestown. 5 goals on 17 shots. And it's tough to say, and sometimes you have those nights where you're doing everything right but score, but you got to give this Jamestown team credit. They're one of the few teams that have come into this Pepsi rink and found a way to get past this Minot State crew and have a really nice opportunity to do it again, and that's all thanks to those 3 elements that we just mentioned.
If you're head coach Wade Regier, you'd rather get this, I don't know what to call this. You outshoot a team almost 6, you outshoot them by almost 40, and you only have 3 goals to show for. I'd rather get this game out of the way than 2 weeks from now in the national tournament.
Yeah, I'm going to be a pessimist and say what you call this, at least up until this point, the game's not over, is not getting the job done, unfortunately. Good teams, they find a way, unfortunately, and for whatever reason, Minot hasn't found that yet. Credit Jamestown, but you're totally right. Win or lose, definitely learn from this experience and take it with you into the upcoming games and ultimately into Texas in a couple weeks.
Efforts past the hash marks. Puck is thrown on net. Longy races over to hold it, and he can't do it. That is going to be icing, though. And the Beavers will likely put out their top line. Here, well, maybe not. Maybe they're going to stick with what they got. I thought they might have put out a face-off specialist in Dylan Johnson or Dylan Giedis to win that draw.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of icings coming from Jamestown in the near future.
Never with a shot off the draw, and that's blocked. And now the big line comes out. Efforts is going to come out of the net. 2-12. Shot number 60. Tyson Brower is going to need a nice ice bath and some oxygen after tonight's game. He's been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and probably a guy who might honestly get the call in the upcoming days as well.
Here is bullet for the shot. That had some ice. Couldn't find a way.
Yeah, you look at Tyson Brower get up in the crease, and he's like, I'm tired.
Yeah. Here's bullet for now. Lipinski has some room. Fires a shot. That is well wide. Here's Giedis now on it with under 2 minutes left in the third period. Lipinski shot to turn. Tipped! Oh, what a save, Brower! Oh, my heavens, what a save that was. As Sheschuk looks to the heavens, he tipped that one blindly, and Brower stuck out the left glove and robbed him.
I think there's something about teams that come here with a U on the front of their jersey. We saw it with Utah, and we're seeing it again tonight with Brower goaltenders that, you could redirect a puck 3 times and they're still finding a way to get an arm or a leg or the knob of a stick on it. You got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good, and Tyson Brower is all of the above right now.
If you're head coach Ray Gear, what's your message to your team? You put 61 shots on net and you still can't beat this goaltender. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat and give credit to the goaltender. He's been excellent. Here's Lipinski. Lipinski for Sheschuk. Open man is Bullifer with a shot. Shot number 62. Rebound is there. It's behind the net. Out front is Wowrick had a chance. And Lipinski can't hold it in. That's going to be... Oh, he waved that. That should have been icing either way. It was a Beaver that played it in their own zone. Lipinski in. He's on a one-man wrecking crew. He's in on the forecheck. That's going to be into the empty net, and there it is. Game over. 6-3 Jamestown. And I think Tyson Brower might pick up an assist on that one.
Yeah, and you know, you look down at that end. He's definitely earned this W for sure. Down on one knee, definitely, probably a little bit winded as far as this game has gone tonight. But you know, there's only 2 players on this hockey rink from the start of the game to the finish that can literally change and carry a hockey game in one direction. That's the goaltenders, and Tyson Brower has done that tonight.
1 minute to go here. Now goes to Johnson. As fans start to hit the exits. Here's Adam Wow. Adam Wow with under 48 seconds to go. Here's Fournier. Wow flips it up to himself. Now Haney. It's going to come up with Adam Wow. A little bit of a whack job there. Now it's going to come to Fournier. Fournier puts it on net. Just increase the save percentage for Tyson Brower. Shot number 63. 60 saves. Under 20 seconds left. And Sonstable is just going to kill the clock here. Here's Haney.
Geez, I think if the Jamestown players turn around, they might not even be able to score on their own goaltender tonight. He was rock solid and deserves every bit of this well-earned Jamestown win.
There it is. For the second time in 2 years, the Jamestown Jimmies join the Utah Utes as the only teams to beat the Beavers in this building. It's only been done 3 times in the last 3 years. And you know, if you're on the Jamestown Jimmies, you owe Tyson Brower some steaks after tonight's effort. And 60 saves on 63 shots, and the Beavers fall 6-3 on home ice here, although only holding the Jimmies to 18 shots.
You know, and that's the beauty of what we're going to see in Texas in a couple of weeks is, you know, one and dones. All it takes is a hot goaltender at the right time. We've seen, you know, in the NHL playoffs as well. You have good goaltending at the right time and good team structure, and you know, play within that structure well. You look at the Ottawa Senators from a couple of years ago. That was pretty much the Ottawa Senators personified tonight, with a real defensive effort by Jamestown and some opportune scoring. But you know, if you're Minot, you know, you take your lumps, you learn your lesson, be happy it happens while you still have a chance to play hockey tomorrow, and have a better effort, I suppose. You know, I don't know how you have a better effort as far as shots are concerned, but you know, there's always things you can do better, and I'm sure Wade Regier will express that, and nothing you can do about it. Move on and get the next one.
These games don't count towards the record. The tournament is already set. The Beavers are locked in at number 6. The Jimmies are locked in at number 16. These 2 teams could very well meet in the national tournament, and it's interesting to see what response Minot State has tomorrow in Jamestown. It's a best-of-3 series between these 2 teams. If Jamestown wins tomorrow, it's over, and Beavers wrap up to the national tournament. And here we got some seniors shaking hands here as they have their final hugs here at the Pepsi rink here at Mesa Arena. Beavers will be in Jamestown tomorrow. Puck drop is at 7 o'clock in Jamestown. If the Beavers win, they'll be back in Jamestown on Saturday night. For Noah Grant, I'm Blake Friars saying so long from Pepsi Rink here at Mesa Arena.